Ford Video Guy Studio in Salina, Kansas, it's McArthur Live with Tim Bartz and Sarah Davis. For all the information on ordering and production, Ford news, recalls, debunking all the fake news on social media, and whatever's on their mind, here's your hosts, Tim and Sarah. Welcome in, everybody. I go turn this a little too far. How is everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. This is our last episode of 2024. Christmas just fell on a weird day, and so this is it. This is our last stream. So we're gonna have a little fun in this stream and / podcast, and we're gonna go over the different highlights of the year, as well as talk a little bit about 2025. And of course, everything changes, as you'll see with this year, how some things kind of changed on us as we went through the year and got invited to some events we weren't planning on. So that might happen again this year. You never know. Yeah. So we hope so. So. Anyway, so of course you can listen to this as a podcast on one of our podcasting streaming platforms. Of course, there's going to be a lot of visuals in this one. I think there's over 80 photos. So if you're wanting to see all the photos, you listen to the podcast, you might just go watch the live stream on our channel. I contributed
about 20 of those.
Well, a lot of those are mutual though. But anyway, so yeah, we'll go through all that here later at the end, and we'll go through our scheduling and everything else like that. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see what else. What all went on this weekend? Birthday party on Saturday for you.
Yes.
Right, you went to.
Yeah, we went to a birthday party. What else did we do? I chilled at home. I had friends over.
I started to do a video on the install of the. I did an unboxing part of the video, and then I'm going to install my GMRS radio into the Bronco. I'm really excited to get that in there, but it was starting to get dark, so I stopped.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, got my festive Bronco Christmas sweater on, right?
And I found this one at Sam's Club, really cheap.
There's some good finds out there with Bronco stuff. Target is also one, or I like to say Target. There's some good ones there.
You say that because Joel used to say that all the time.
Yeah. And then you can also, Target. And have you seen the commercials?
Yes.
The Target commercials are fun too, because they start with the Bronco in there and everything. So Chris, his name. So anyway, that's fun. So we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight, and there's some people in here. Hopefully more and more people get in, and that we got the chance to see and hang out with this year. And looking forward to going over that. And anyway, so that'll be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that part of the video. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. I don't know. Normal stuff. Don't forget, make sure you subscribe, bell notification turned on for all things Ford related. If you want to stay updated on that kind of stuff, especially new vehicle stuff. There won't be a lot of news the rest of the year. That's why we're kind of taking the next couple months off. If there's anything that pops in, of course, we'll let you know. But if the recall comes available on the 24th, of course, that's going to be over on the Maverick videos on Mondays. We'll still be doing those Maverick Monday video. And if there's any scheduling next week, we'll just do a scheduling video that'll go live on Wednesday, as well as there might be the week after that, which is actually, the 31st. Let's see, it'd be actually the 2nd. So sometimes if the factory is open, then they will schedule. So they might schedule on the 2nd of January. So we'll see. Anyway, the reason I say that is there's a couple that we have allocations not used, and there's some of these models that aren't scheduled this week. So it makes me think that we will probably maybe see them schedule that week. So anyway, all right. So get into that. And then of course, make sure to subscribe, bell notification turned on. Don't forget you can find us Spotify, our live stream, and we have a merch shop. Link is in the description. McArthur.myspreadshop.com. No deals going on right now until the end of the year, so we'll let you know what other deals are going on in January. And then, of course, you got our website, personal website, FordVideoGuyMedia.com. Especially if you want to communicate with us, you can do that right through there. We've had a couple of people actually email me, message me through there. One, I put in an order with us, so she's got scheduled already. I won't talk about Henry's in here. We won't talk about that. No, she got scheduled so quick, but
Henry's here.
yeah. Anyway, all right. We talk about membership. Members.
Yeah. If you'd like to become a member, is that join button beside the subscribe button. If you are an Apple user, you have to do things a little bit differently. You have to go to your web browser, go up to the little A and big A, and request desktop website. And at that point, you should be able to see it.
And I don't think, of course, you can see all of our member content under the membership and community. Sometimes I'll post some things to the community there too for members. You can check all that out right there. But yeah, so that'll be fun stuff there. Mm-hmm. And so we have a lot of fun with our members. I looked, and because we had some issues this week. So that was what happened this weekend. We forgot to talk about that.
Yes.
We almost got hacked this weekend, but I stopped them. So they actually did start. Somehow they were able to become a manager of the channel, but not take over ownership. I was still the owner, so I was able to just, once somebody contacted, said, "Hey, you got a video going, a live stream going on that channel, but it's not yours." And I'm like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" So I went over and, of course, shut their live stream down, took them off as managers, and then it didn't take long to switch everything back. But doing that, I noticed that we have almost more member videos than we do regular videos.
Yeah,
I think that is that's saying something. We do like to provide some content for our members, and it's also a sounding board for us. For me to be able to ask things, what do you guys think, and all that, to provide good content for the rest of the community. So yeah, we like that. So, all right, you know what? We need to do this before we get any further.
What's in Tim's cup?
All right, we need to start us.
Brought to us by
Starbucks. Oh, Patricia Ward.
Yes.
She sent me a Starbucks gift card. Thank you very much for helping her. She's asking some questions about Maverick, and I want to make sure it's not on here. What is in Tim's Starbucks cup? We have some choices, and I don't think you can.
I can't add them anymore.
Now, if I go to YouTube, though.
You have to go to YouTube.
We need to. One of the things we didn't do is we added most of our moderators back. You'll see Ridgeview should still be a moderator.
Yes.
Is he in there?
Yep.
Okay, so he did accept it again.
Niles.
Because they wiped out my moderators and the other managers. But I got Niles back on there and Ridgeview. But yours is kind of crazy because I can't tell. There's so many Sarah Davises out there.
So I have Sarah Davis Ford. I just changed that today. You'll find out here in a little bit why I'm changing my name and my stuff.
We'll get into that.
So yeah, you have to go in there and go to the chat.
Once I go in there, if you've commented,
go down.
I'm down.
Oh, I haven't commented as myself yet.
Well, if you comment, it makes it easy because then I think I can.
Oh, okay.
At that point, then I can go and then make you a moderator. So that's the easy way. See, I can add it.
Easy way.
The easy button right there. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, I won't get into there. We'll do that. We are going to start a survey. Actually, I'll start the survey.
Yeah, I was going to have you start the survey for me.
So. So what Starbucks drink is in
Tim's cup?
In Tim's cup. And our options are, we're going to do the holiday drinks. There's the sugar cookie. These are, of course, Starbucks ones, right?
They're holiday drinks.
Chestnut. Praline. Got to add another option. There's the peppermint. Oh. Okay.
One of Starbucks foo-foo Christmas drinks.
Yeah. Caramel brulee. 4 options there. We'll see how it goes. See what you guys
All
vote.
right, and I just commented, so you should see me there.
Sarah Davis, I'm on here. It just says Sarah Davis though.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I'll make him managing moderator. There you go. All right. So there you go. So there's that. All right. So you guys guessing that stuff, we need to do shout outs to the members.
Yes.
Are you able to work on that?
I have been. Okay. We got member shout outs. We're going to start off with Gino, who did a super chat. If you are a member, one of the special things is you get to do super chats for free. So Gino did one, shouting out how long he's been a member for 28 months and saying, hello, friends. That's him with his Maverick.
Yes. So on this, this here will allow us to, whatever is your profile on YouTube shows up right beside there. So that's pretty cool. That's a change they made in StreamYard recently.
Like Jack Evans. He has his patch on there.
Yeah, there you go.
He says,
your profile.
Merry Christmas. We do have Richview in here, who is our moderator. He helps us keep this chat clean.
Mm-hmm.
We have Brian Foster. He is watching but won't be active in the chat since he is driving. He's always driving about this time.
Well, you know, it is what they're 2 or 3 hours behind us. 2 hours behind us. So it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, so he's headed home.
Rush hour. I'm sure it probably takes him an hour to get home. I've been to California like once, and I can tell you it was went to VidCon years ago.
That's right. We have Rob Hallmark saying howdy. Where's our rowdy man? He's not here. Mike M. Hope you're having a good week and ready for Christmas/Hanukkah. Been raining in East Tennessee for 3 days and dark at 5:25. Yes. Feels like it's 9 o'clock at 6 o'clock. I don't like it. Ridgeview is first in the chat. Always good to see you. Like number 2.
Yeah, smash the like button.
Yes.
That's free. It didn't cost you anything.
We have Mike M. Ronald Smith is here. We have Midcoast Maine. For the last time this year, good evening, all.
Actually, we're going to talk about Midcoast Maine, too.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
Another person
I don't know if he's going to be in here very much tonight. Who's saying good evening? Maybe it's saying hello.
It's 8 o'clock. Yeah. It's 8 o'clock there, but you can always catch the replay.
Yes. Evening, everyone, from rainy Oregon.
I'd rather watch the replay because then the ads pop up. Just watch all the ads. Just kidding.
We have Night Wolf. Hey, everyone. Rob Hallmark. Nice Bronco sweaters. Mabsim. Hi, everyone. Hope all of you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, or whatever you celebrate.
Happy holidays.
Yes. Mike Lyons. There you go. Happy holidays. Terry McGee. Good evening, everyone. Looking forward to 2025. Good evening, Tim and Sarah. Nice blue sweater. They like your sweater. I read somewhere recently. That's a question for later.
Save it.
Almost forgot. Hey, nice sweaters all from Northeast Pennsylvania. Al Robinson. Blue Streak 57. Good evening, all. Brandon is here. Hey, how's it going? We have Henry Stoyer. We tried. Not your fault. My gripe is with FORD. Good evening, Ridgeview. Hope you and family is getting ready for the holidays from Terry. Chris is here. Hey, Tim and Sarah and Ridgeview. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Mike M. I may be the only one who doesn't care what's in Tim's cup. Hope you enjoy it. We got some different answers here that you wouldn't have in your little thing up there. Root beer, eggnog, and Jack Daniels.
I actually could have drank it earlier and dumped it out. You never know. This is not brought to you by Starbucks, but by Patricia Ward.
Yes. Al Robinson is the one that said one of those Starbucks foo-foo Christmas drinks. Mike said maybe a latte.
Or a latte. A latte.
Latte.
A latte.
Latte. Let's see. Some said hot cocoa. I refuse to get hot cocoa from Starbucks. It doesn't taste good. It's warmed up milk with chocolate syrup.
Just drink a mocha. It's the same thing.
Some of us are trying to do less caffeine. I have a lot of stuff to do.
It doesn't work for me on Tuesday nights.
I have a lot of stuff to do tonight, so I have some energy here. Alan's has been a long time, 36 months, and Brandon's been here for 15 months.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, there's been 29 comments since I moved over to shout people out.
I noticed Laura's in there.
Yes.
So, welcome in. She's not a member, but she's
not seeing drink options. Went
good
with
friends.
Chestnut Praline.
All right.
Pork and Bean says, I must be the only Canadian here. No, we have a few others.
Wow. So the leader is Peppermint Mocha. And then second is Caramel Brulee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really surprised because I don't know if you guys caught it, but when I was typing them in there, I actually was looking down, and that was the note of what I need to put in there. So I figured most people wouldn't pick Peppermint Mocha if they were watching the stream as I was putting that in, because I had to look down to see what was next. So, that was probably not one I had. All right. Anyway,
Right.
That's funny. All right. We'll get that going while you do a shout out, highlight, whatever.
Yeah, we're good. I got everyone.
You got a good dealer?
I do.
We got to roll along because I'm really looking forward to tonight's subject.
Yes, it's a good one. All right. All right. We have Borman Ford in New Mexico. Melissa was the sales associate. Document fees went up from when I ordered. And by the way, this is from like a year or so ago. So the document fees went up, but they were price protected by the dealer for that. Dealership had added window etching. I didn't argue, but the window etching due to getting my 2023 XLT Hybrid Lux Copilot at MSRP. Paid cash, no pressure to finance through Ford credit. Out the door. I feel very lucky. Love my Maverick. So they price protected their document fee.
Yeah, we did that. Ours went up from 22 calendar year to 23, right? Or 23 to 24.
Yeah.
22 to 23. And so those early people in 22, we had our doc fee went up, and so we price protected that. So there's a couple where we missed, and like it gets defaulted in from our system to the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of them, it's like, I thought it was, let's fix that real quick. So we fixed it. But
yep. Yeah. So Borman Ford in New Mexico. I don't know how to say the town, so I'm not going to butcher it.
Speaking of
New
that,
Mexico.
On Sunday, we had about 12 Mavericks in New Mexico on the rail. So,
yes.
Anyway. All right. We got a new patch board right there. So, we're going to put more patches because we got a mail call here.
More green.
It is. It's not quite the same shade. I ordered it. I went into my Amazon cart and just shows the same one. But evidently the colors have shifted for him. All right. So this one here is from Idaho. Too bad it's not a state one. So anyway, is there a little note in here? There's a little note.
Oh yeah, I've traded with him.
Welcome to the dark side. Thanks for the swap. Hope to see you on the trail someday. It says Mike, Heather, and OBX Dark Side.
I traded with him before Christmas.
May the Ford be with you. Actually, did I not? Oh no, wait. This is one that
I traded.
Yes, you did, and then I saw it. I'm like, oh, I need to trade with them. Pretty cool patch. I haven't taken pictures.
Oh,
hold on. And then their Bronco.
And then they gave you the
For those who are on the
Halloween.
podcast, I'm putting these things up so you can't see them because you're on the chat. Oh, and then they got the little house, the castle with some bats in there. Ooh,
That's their Halloween stickers.
yep, Halloween, and then they got Christmas.
You got their Christmas one. I want to kind of do a Christmas one, but
So anyway, need to do
next
that.
year.
You take a picture of that. Anyway, so there we go from Idaho. And this in here is from Texas. We're getting a lot of Texas. In fact, over here we put all the state ones. And we got 4 Texas ones. I put them all right together. So you Texas people, you got to get a hold of me because later we're going to talk about this. Of course, some of these people don't even know that we exist on.
No.
We do a live stream.
Yeah,
I don't think.
it's kind of funny. Someone
The
mentioned that
Wolfpack.
we should try and put them with an outline, like get an outlined one, and then put them all in there.
Except they're not all the same size, so they don't.
Yeah, and their
Did
Broncos
you see I
stick
put
out.
Tennessee and Kentucky together up there?
Yes.
Because they're smaller length height. All right, so this in here. Oh, they got little puppies.
Oh, Wolfpack. Yep.
Yep, Wolfpack. They got some puppy stickers. And of course, they got small and big stickers and bigger stickers. They got the whole set here of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And then their patch. Thank you for swapping with us. We hope you love it. So pretty cool. So we'll get those images and we'll get them put on there later. And then got a card from Alan. He's in the chat.
He is.
From Portland, Oregon. Happy holidays. There you go. Sent some stickers. Says wishing you and family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope you enjoy the stickers from Alan and Mindy. Area 51 Alien. So they got. Well, that's kind of cool. He can explain in the chat. We got something else we got to talk about. You guys have talked about. Oh, I like this one. Bigfoot. Actually, I haven't looked at this. I opened this up right before the live stream. And then Oregon 101. So another place we gotta get to. So pretty cool. Thank you, Alan.
So with our mail call, Steve Granger had sent him some vintage F-Series set of cards over there. They are gorgeous.
Yeah, pretty cool. Come with a 10 and everything. There's 2 decks of cards in there.
Mm-hmm. That both have designs on them.
Yep. So I'm not going to open up. Yep. And I even still have this little note in here.
Anyway, so we were talking about it about 2 weeks ago now. About how Tim and I, our family plays card games. And it's not just card games, it's Nerds. We play Nerds. So if any of you know what Nerds is,
I don't play very well.
you know. We also play golf and a couple of other games. Spoons is outlawed. It's too crazy with some of the family members.
I like both forks.
So Nerds is crazy enough. Anyway, so we were talking. I actually collect cards. I collect a deck of cards from every state that I visit, and I prefer, instead of saying, hey, send me a deck of cards, I want to go to that state. So I only have decks of cards from states that I've been. That way, they have meaning. They would have meaning coming from someone from somewhere as well. But and I know where I've been.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so he sent these as well and said, here's some playing cards. 2 decks are from the original factory in Norwood, Ohio. So those are our blue labels here. These are the vintage design, Thistleback 1891 to 1939. And these are the Squeezers playing cards in standard size. Now, the cool thing about this, we were talking about this on Friday. They went from Norwood, Kentucky, and moved across the river to Erlanger, Kentucky. Norwood, Ohio, and went across the river to Erlanger, Kentucky. Now, in Erlanger, they were having quality issues. The decks of cards were sticking together. And so the cards from the Ohio plant...
Did they do recalls?
No. But magicians and
or
people...
recards? Go ahead.
So magicians and people that were using these for sleight of hand preferred the Norwood deck of cards. So these have the blue seal on them, which means that they are from Norwood, and the black seal means it's from Erlanger. Now, the funny thing about this is the history says that they playing cards produced between 2009 and 2012 at the Erlanger factory. So they moved over to Erlanger in 2009. This has the Erlanger seal on it, but this deck of cards says 2008.
Pre-production.
So there's a misprint or whatever. These
Or
are from
is it a misprint?
These are from Erlanger from 2008 after they moved to Erlanger in 2009.
They were a job one. We got all kinds of little.
But this is fun. This is, the original. There's history about this design. It was taken from Consolidated Company, who merged with the playing cards. So really cool designs with these. This one has bulldogs on the back. These are really fun.
Yeah, pretty cool.
The history. He sent me the whole Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And I love it. So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. And we really do like, you guys send us gifts and things from things that go on in your area, which is really cool. I got a Yingling sign from someone from Pennsylvania when they came up to the first Maverick meetup we did. And it's really cool. Other people have come from different places. One guy, he actually buys and sells little ships, and he got a USS Kansas that he brought with him when he picked up his Maverick. It's really cool. And so just all these little things, of course, people having the signs from all over. Mike McArthur brought and got for me in the first Maverick meetup, and it's over here, and pretty cool. The Texas helmet and just all the stuff you guys sent. I would just really
have a
appreciate
book.
It's really awesome. So.
One of our customers' wife wrote the book, and it's about tornadoes. And the cover girl is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. So that's at my desk.
Yeah, so it's really cool, and it's reminds us too of when we get to meet you guys in person at some of these events, which is pretty awesome. So we really like doing that. So all right, hold on.
So Alan said the Tillamook VW bus is from our local cheese factory on the coast. 101 is the road from Washington through Oregon and California.
There we go. The 101, right? Isn't that what they call that in California? Like the 101 gets busy or something? I don't know. Brian can tell us that. He's driving though. Can't type right now. All right. Anyway, so there you go. All right. So we end this poll. It's not really going anywhere differently.
Yep.
We got 43 votes. All right.
So what is it?
They thought it was peppermint mocha. Second was caramel brulee. And then third was sugar cookie. Fourth was chestnut praline, which is what it is. But I will say this, caramel brulee is one of my favorite of the Starbucks flavors, the holiday flavors. So that's peppermint mocha is pretty good. I will drink it, but from time to time. But yeah, I do like Scooter's peppermint one a little bit better than Starbucks. So
I do not like peppermint mocha.
But with no whipped cream and no topping.
My favorite is caramel brulee.
It was out, actually.
Huh?
It was out, sold out. I was going to order that one, but it was sold out.
Have you tried the cranberry refresher?
No, I don't.
It's good.
I'm not a big cranberry fan. All right. All right, so we move right along. So we got scheduling notes to go through, and then we can get into some other stuff. We don't have a lot of recalls, a lot of dealer news updates, so that'll get us to our fun topic a little bit quicker, but we'll go through the scheduling information, and a lot of the plants are not scheduling this week. So this shouldn't take too long. So I don't know. Maverick is, though. Hermosillo is. Anyway, all right, so let's get into this. Make sure there's no screenshots up. Okay. Now, hopefully, we come back to a non-frozen screen. Okay, it only happened once, so it can't happen again, right? All right, so let's get into scheduling and notes for this week, and we'll get a lot of plants are not scheduling. We'll go into what's going on just for this week. This is for Thursday, December 19th, plant scheduling, and let's talk about the terminology so we have an idea what all we're talking about here. And I've covered this in almost every of these videos, so we'll go through this quickly. But order bank, that is where the dealer places all stock and retail orders. A retail order is a customer placed order, whereas a stock order is an order that's placed by the dealer for stock or lot inventory. And also those stock orders sometimes are pumped in by Ford based on certain configurations they want the dealer to get scheduled for if they have availability. Priority codes, that's a party given to orders by the dealer. An 03 to 19 is a retail order code number, and then 20 to 80 is a stock. The lower, the better, and those numbers can be given by the dealer. So they can, the default is 19 for those retail orders, but you can give an order an 03 or a 10 or whatever. So you can move those around to help prioritize your orders. Scheduling, that is when Ford schedules an order for production dates in the future months. That's basically what we're talking about here is orders that are unscheduled getting scheduled for production dates. And the production date is when Ford plans to build your vehicle or order. Allocations. Allocations is important because if Ford gives dealers allocations to schedule their orders, and a dealer needs an allocation to schedule an order in the order bank, and a dealer earns those allocations based on their sales volume within it does say region there, and they have shifted that to say within their state now to make it a little bit more competitive. Constraints, those are options that may be in short supply or take longer to build. I really should switch these around because capacity is the first and foremost, and that is the planned production rate of a given motor, trim, or option. And based on that, and then the availability of parts or orders with those, that's where the constraint comes in and may take things longer to build because of it. Job 1 and 2, production will be split into 2 jobs so that if they need to introduce something that they don't want to wait a full year for, they can do that. Or if they need to make changes because of supply issues or shortages like they did with Explorer, they can make those changes for job 2 and not stop production and start a new model year. Balance out, that's the end of production or the balance out of a particular option or model or something like that. So all right. That is that. Okay, so let's get into the first one here is the 25 model year Mustang. The order banks are open up for the Mustang. We don't know. They didn't give us a commodity report this week, so we don't know how many unscheduled orders there are, but they are not scheduling at their plant this week. That's Mustang. 25 model year Escape. The order banks are open up for Escape as well. And just like with Escape, we don't know how many unscheduled orders there are. Not a lot, I don't think, but they are not scheduling at their plant either in Louisville. All right. Next up, the 25 model year Bronco Sport. Their order banks are open up for the Bronco Sport, including all those job 2 options like the Sasquatch package. And they are scheduled this week for production weeks in February. So the week of February 3rd through the week of February 24th. They are needing some Big Ben orders with the Black Diamond Off-Road package. We actually had last week, we had 2 orders scheduled, a retail order and, yes, a stock order that happened to have the Black Diamond Off-Road package. So dealers, if you're out there, you might take a look at your Bronco Sport orders if you have allocations available and see if you don't want the Black Diamond Off-Road package, you're going to have to, I don't know what you're going to do to get around that, but I have some things that work for us, but I won't go into that here. Limited availability for the 17-inch matte black painted wheel that is included in the black appearance package. Very limited exhaust availability for the Heritage Edition, the Outer Banks Tech package, and the standard wheel on the Big Ben, which is another reason why they need some of those Black Diamond Off-Road packages. So, all right, that's it for Bronco Sport. Next up, 25 model year Bronco. The order banks are open up for the Bronco, including the strop and the base. The base actually is scheduled. Well, it's not scheduled this week, but scheduled a couple of weeks ago. They are not scheduling this week. And I do have an update because I don't think I updated you guys that Job 1 production is starting January 25th, the week of, right on that date. But 2.3 liters won't start production until February 3rd. So just be aware of that there. All right, next up is the 25 model year Mach-e. Order banks are open up for the Mach-e as well. All configurations there. And just like with the others, they are not scheduled this week either. Next up is a 25 model year Explorer. The order banks are open up for the Explorer. Currently, they are on job 2 right now, scheduling and producing those. This week, they are not scheduling in Chicago. Next up is the 25 model year Expedition. The order banks are open up for the Expedition as well, and they are not scheduling either at the Kentucky truck plant. So there's that. Next up, 25 model year Maverick. The order banks are open up for the Maverick. You can order those, including the Lobo 402A. That's that cheaper Lobo version. All the performance with not all the convenience features like the Lariat would have. So it fits it into a budget of $35,000. If you're wanting a performance Maverick, that's not a bad price range. When you think about with the cheapest Bronco Sport out there and the fact that it's only about, a few $1,000s more than that, it's not too bad. The order bank, or they are scheduled this week for production weeks in February, the weeks of February 3rd through the weeks of February 24th. Limited availability for the front wheel drive, which is only available in the hybrid, and then very limited to exhaust availability for the XL version, the trimmer version, and the XLT standard wheel. That's that 17-inch carbonized gray painted aluminum wheel. No other issues on anything else though. So there you go. All right, that's Maverick. Next up is the 25 model year Ranger. The order banks are open up for the Ranger as well. They are not scheduling this week. And just like with the Bronco earlier I mentioned, their job 1 for the 2.7 liter and as well as your Raptors is going to be January 25th. But the 2.3 liter orders won't start being produced until February 3rd. All right. Next up is a 25 model year Super Duty. The order banks are open up for the Super Duty for the 25 model year. If you had a 24 and it went unscheduled, and then you need to place a 25 model year order, it doesn't get converted over. So just so you're aware of that. And they are scheduled this week for the weeks of February 3rd through the weeks of February 17th. And they are needing some orders from dealers for the XL, F250 XL and XLT with the 6.7 liter V8. It says, and also F350 XL and XLT with the 6.7 liter. I'm just glad they're not asking for that gas motor, right? So, also limited availability for the XL version. No other constraints right now on the Super Duty. That is good to see. Very good to see. Next up, 25 model year F-150. The order banks are open up for the F-150. And they are scheduled this week for the weeks of February 24th through the weeks of March 10th. So as they did say, majority of the scheduling will be at the Kansas City assembly plant. So because that one opened up for job 1. So there you go. So, and they are saying this is actually Kansas City assembly plant only job 1 balance out, it says. And then let's see here. Does say if your orders are not being scheduled for scheduling due to the material availability, that's for if you have the tow haul package, make sure you add the max tow axle as well. So for the 3.5 liter gas engine, that is EcoBoost, that's the XL5, which is a 355 axle. And for the 5.0 liter gas engine, that is the 373 XL7 option there for you. And they are needing some STX orders with the 2.7 liter engine and limited availability for the 5.0 liter V8 engine, as well as the tire that is optional on the 302A and that's included in 303A and standard on the King Ranch. That's the 275/60R20 black sidewall all-terrain. That's tire option T24. So that's all I have on that. And then next up is the 25 model year Transit. The order banks are open up for the Transit as well. They are scheduled this week for the production weeks of January 27th through the weeks of February 17th. They are doing cleanup scheduling on this, and they are needing some low and medium roof van orders from dealers. Also, it says medium roof passenger van has a chance to get scheduled as well. And then limited availability for the medium roof passenger van, as well as the high roof extended passenger van. So that's kind of what they're looking for there. So again, not a lot of plants that are scheduling. Bronco Sport, Maverick, so Hermosillo is scheduling. Kentucky Truck Plant for the Super Duty and F-150. It looks like Kansas City is going to be scheduling, because F-150s they're saying is for Kansas City and transits in Kansas City. So it looks like Kansas City, Hermosillo, and Kentucky truck plants are the only plants that are scheduling for this week. So there is some availability there. So if you have any questions, of course, we can drop them down below so we can answer those questions for you on the Wednesday night video. If you're watching this video live on Tuesday night, then we can take your questions right now if you have any about scheduling and production. There you go. There's that. Not a lot going on there. And there probably won't be a lot going on next week, of course, being that it's the 26th is Thursday. So there probably won't be a lot. There could be a possibility. They could give us some information on the 23rd and preview orders on the 24th and schedule them on the 26th. There's a possibility. Again, if there is, we won't do a live stream next week, but I'll do a Wednesday video if they are going to be scheduling anything. So what percentage of the orders? Yeah, we don't know. We didn't get any commodity report this week. So, but it typically has been staying around the same. So, but they don't actually break out F450 Platinums. They break out the Platinum trim on all the Super Duties, and then they break out the F450s, but you can't like combine them because it doesn't really work that way. So,
can you order a model year 25 Explorer with no roof rack?
Okay, so roof rack or side rails, because there's side rails on them, and then there's the crossbars. So they come without the crossbars, but the side rails will be on it. Yeah, all of them have the side rails.
Okay. Have you heard of people receiving their orders confirmed but no scheduled date? Oh, okay. So if your order is confirmed, that means that your dealer has put the order into the system. You do not get a schedule date until Ford schedules it.
Yep.
So it is very completely normal to have a confirmed email, but not a scheduled email when it's first placed.
Yeah. So once it schedules, then you should. And to be honest, those emails haven't been consistent. We've had some people that said, I haven't received it. Why? I've been waiting this long. I said, go talk to your dealer, and they go in and they find out that they did get scheduled and they're being produced like the next week.
Those emails were never really accurate.
Well, so here's the thing. I got a confirmation. We put in an order for a trimmer expedition, which we're not going to take. And we got a confirmation email that it was placed, just like we got one when we actually placed a platinum order, because platinum's probably the one we're going to take. And when the trimmer got scheduled, I didn't get an email, but I knew it got scheduled because I'm at the dealer and I'm looking right there at it. So I know I got scheduled. So for the week of
if you guys
February
don't
24th.
take it, I'm sure someone's going to take it.
Oh yeah. I mean, Trevor, you realize of the orders we had scheduled, like all of our orders got scheduled except for like 2 or 3. And I think it was like 10 orders. 8 out of the 10 were tremors. Almost. Maybe it was 6. Six or 7 of the orders were tremor.
Your only holdback on the trimmer, or your main holdback, is the length.
Yes, we need that. There is no room behind that back seat.
No. So
none.
Right. And my nephew uses a wheelchair sometimes.
Yeah.
So we need room.
Or the wagon. We like to take the wagon back there. Now the wagon folds up.
Yes.
It would fit behind the seat, but
wouldn't fit much else. And with 4 grandkiddos, usually traveling with at least one parent per kid, plus grandma and whatnot. So
well, there's times we have 3 car seats in there.
There's soon, you're going to be traveling with 4 car seats sometimes.
Yeah, it might be. So yeah, that's why she was like, I really want the trimmer, but to be honest, how often will we actually take that off road? And I said, probably never. She's like, I need to extend the link. So we looked and we started building out a platinum, because we looked at the XLT. One of the big downfalls I think that Ford did is they did so many great things with the 24 or the 25, but the disappointment is the trailing back on some equipments that you're used to. So on the XLT 202A, which is like that's the pack, the one everybody is ordering, right? Our XLT has adaptive cruise control. It has the lane centering. It has heated and ventilated front seats and heated rear seats. XLT for 25 loses the ventilated seats. It's only heated up front. And then I don't think they get heated second row seats. So that's a big disappointment for me. And that's what made us go to platinum. And I think there are going to be a lot of people that are probably used to order the platinum, that are probably looking at Platinum Plus. Whereas we're an XLT 202A person that we want the ventilated seats. So we're going to the Platinum for the ventilated seats. That's the only reason we're going Platinum, and that it comes with the power boards, and then the wheels are 20s. And I don't like anything bigger than 20. There are some people, like even around here, they're looking at that Platinum Plus going, that's cool, 24s. And I'm like, that's too big.
You don't need 20.
I don't like this. I don't like them. They're huge. Again, that is a preference for me. But 20s is about as big as I want to go on that. And there is a driver's package. It gives you a thought about ordering. It gives you the Unleashed. Not like we need to Unleashed or anything. We don't listen to it like to jam or anything. But then it also gives you the 22-inch wheels with the continuously controlled dampening suspension. The CCD would be great, but I don't want 22. So we just want Platinum quit. Added the bench seat in the middle.
Yeah.
And pretty much all weather mats throughout, even in the third row seat and all the way back. Otherwise, we didn't really add anything else.
Yeah. Alcione, Laura says, couldn't submit a Ranger, and I put in my email again for the customer, and it finally went through.
We've actually had some situations where we go to place an order and you go to put their information in and then the order doesn't submit.
Yeah.
You got to keep trying it and backing out. Sometimes you just got to save the order and come back in and try it again a little bit. But now production doesn't stop. If the factory is going, I mean, you have to look at your build dates. If you're scheduled with a build date, it's going to get built.
Yes.
So some people do get confused by this. Scheduling of orders and whether or not orders schedule in a certain week is different than whether or not vehicles are being produced.
Yes.
Don't forget, we're scheduling this. They're like this week, they're going to do scheduling on the 19th for production dates in February.
Yeah.
Right. And so the orders that are getting scheduled this week will be for February production dates.
Yes. Think of it as buffering. Your order gets scheduled and then it buffers for 2 months.
But yeah, so the people they're supposed to be getting built this month, they got scheduled 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So if your order is scheduled, you don't have to worry about that. It's still going to be produced. But I don't know if they scheduled any orders for the week of Christmas.
I haven't seen any.
I mean, I could say Hermosillo maybe, but I think they celebrate Christmas too down there. I don't know. But now the week of the 30th, they are back in production. So I think they're only going to be out 1 week. So I think they're doing production this week. And then, of course, without looking at production dates, I don't know. But I don't think there's any production dates next week. And then I think there are some the week of the 30th again.
Yeah.
I do know there are a lot of plants that aren't scheduled or starting 25 production the week after that, the 6th. That's a lot of them started. And Bronco actually got pushed back. Originally, it was supposed to start production like this week of the 17th, now it's the 25th. So it keeps getting moved back. And most of ours are scheduled for February build dates for ours. And your expeditions were supposed to start the week of the 17th, and none of ours got scheduled for that week.
Yeah.
So all of ours.
I wanted to clarify on this. When I say 4 car seats, I mean my sister's baby. So I have 2 kids and my sister has 2 kids. I'm not having any more kids.
We had 4 though.
She's not having any more kids for a while. Well, then you get 4 grandkids. We're stopping there.
I'll tell you what, doing some Christmas shopping for all the kids and grandkids, 4's enough. 4's okay. No, it's all good. It's all fun. But what's great about it is all the toys and all that, they go home. Don't stay here. Don't stay there.
Yeah.
We have enough in our playroom.
Did you hear about the new Bluey toy? You push Bluey. It's like a little Bluey figurine about this big. You push Bluey's nose and then hide it somewhere. And for about 15 minutes, she will randomly make noise and leave clues so that the kids can follow the sounds to find her.
That is funny. And
it's a 15-minute cycle. So then when they find her, they push her nose and it stops. And the parents push the nose again and go hide it again.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of fun.
But the sound will only go for 15 minutes. So then if you can't find it, it's okay.
You know what's funny, though, is that, okay, as parents, like we played with the kids. Sounds like to me it's a society that's like, You want to play hide and seek? Okay, you go hide it, and now you got 15 minutes of quiet while they're
Okay.
looking for the right.
Yeah,
That's
but
what it sounds like to me. Anybody else? I need to put a poll out.
do you know how hard it is for me to accomplish a task?
We've been there.
I know.
Your mom went to the store with all four of you.
I know.
Oh gosh. Anyway, but so there's
All right.
there's a reason rather grandkids want to come over and see Papa.
I play with my kids.
I know, and Lebo does too. But they like coming to Papa's.
Yes, they do. Especially Theo. Theo is your buddy.
He is.
Um,
It was funny. What was it at the Grinch event
yes.
when he was holding you and he wouldn't go to your mom.
No, he
and then I
refused.
walk up and he said, "Papa,"
Yeah.
and then I put my hands out and he just went right over to me. It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that that your mom had tried.
She had tried twice and he had refused to let her pick him up. Do we have any news on the recall?
No recall.
News.
I didn't look today. I could do that. It's right here.
All right.
But I did. I did look up. No, I did look up this morning.
Okay.
That's something I do like every morning. So
Ragnarcon joined us today and he says, "Hey, guess what? I don't feel like editing, so now y'all get to deal with me."
Yep, still Q1 target date. No remedy available.
Okay. Mike 52G says 1 Eruption Green Lariat all-wheel drive hybrid Maverick with 4K tow package moonroof was built 12/10 and shipped the same day. As the delivery in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I expect the delivery soon, hopefully before Russian Xmas. I had to look that up. Russian Xmas is January 7th. So it could be here. Who knows? Are dealers able to order a Super Duty Platinum Plus, but without the included sunroof?
I don't think there's a sunroof delete option, but I don't know. Did you know you can't get an Expedition without the Vista roof, the power? It's actually, they took away the word power.
Yes.
So it's a panoramic Vista roof with the power sunshade. So I assume it's just a glass, but all of them from 202A up will have that. You have to go with an XLT 200A to not
Mom told me about that.
Yeah, she wasn't happy about that.
She's like, I can't believe they would do that.
I really don't understand that, to be honest. Let people choose it if they want it.
Yes.
I really don't get that.
Now, am I correct that on some of the mach-es, they don't have a shade that goes across?
Just a glass roof. You have a panoramic Vista roof option, and there is no shade that goes over it. It's a glass roof.
Because I got in one the other day, and I was like, oh, I don't have to put the shade back. So I didn't even look for the button, and then I went to go park it, and we always put the shade back across, and there was no button to put the shade back across. I'm like, oh, there is no shade. It is flush.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they made a big deal that it's a steel roof as standard equipment.
Ooh.
And then when you go to a certain one, you can actually order option for the panoramic roof.
Okay.
It's just a glass roof, but it doesn't open.
Does 2025 F-150 Raptor have an option for Pro Access tailgate? If not, do you see that coming?
Okay, there is not. Yeah, I see that coming. I'm really surprised it doesn't, to be honest, but I actually haven't looked. I say that now, but I don't think it does. I know there's something else in the Raptor that it can't get. Adaptive cruise, right? It can't have blue cruise. Raptors can't have blue cruise because of the lift and everything. Yeah, so.
The Bluey toy? Oh, yeah, it'd be great for a prank. Take it to Christmas and hide it. Check out Walmart. They are $15. It's hide and seek bingo or hide and seek Bluey. It's a little blue dog. Email me if you can't find it. I'll send it to you. We don't have Nows in here to be rowdy, so I guess I'll be the rowdy one tonight.
I guess. All right.
All right. I'd like to order 25 Maverick from Long. Is it possible? I'm in MD,
Maryland.
Maryland. Is delivery available, and how, by truck or drop ship, waiting on callback from someone from tomorrow.
Okay. So yeah, usually if that comes in late in the day, that we have to get back to you next day. But no, there is delivery available. If you finance with us, we stopped doing where we pay for some of the delivery. Instead, we just said, you know what, we want everybody to be able to get any discount. So if you finance with us, it's $1,000 off. That's just yours. We can deliver pretty much anywhere. We've even delivered to Hawaii. Just there's a cost involved there. We don't like doing drop ship, just for the fact that if you decide, if something happens, let's say it's a 3-month process, right? I mean, you order and then the schedule's 2 months in advance, and then it gets built, and then it's a month before it gets there. It's 3 months. Things have happened. We've had some people that we had a drop ship set up, and they didn't take it. And at that point, we have to think, well, by the time we pay for the cost to get it back to us, we can no longer sell it at even MSRP and make any money. So we end up just giving it over to the dealer, and then that's an allocation that we use to schedule that order that we lose, because then that dealer is a selling dealer of that vehicle instead of us. And we just lost, in a sense, we lost 2 allocations, because we lost the one that's not going to be on a sale, and then we also lose the opportunity of getting another allocation based on the sale for the future. So that's why we really don't like drop ships for that reason. We've had happened on a lot of vehicles. We had one in Hawaii that didn't take it. That was a drop ship. California, Florida. We've had several different drop ships all over, and then that's, I mean, a loss of allocation. Now on a Maverick, it may not matter. We get a lot of allocations, and some we even turn down anyway. But we'd rather have it come here, and we look at it, and we make sure it gets delivered with everything on it, and then ship it to you. But they can work with you.
Yep.
But that's kind of how that works. But yes, we can drop ship, or we can ship to
If you
Maryland.
have any questions, you can ask for me on the phone, and I can certainly help you out tomorrow.
Yeah, if you don't, especially if you don't get a call first thing in the morning, then you need to
let me know.
Yeah, let Sarah know. Just call the dealership, Sarah Davis, and she will help you out.
I feel like I'm customer service now.
Yeah.
I am.
She handles a lot of her YouTube orders.
I help. My dealer just called me today about my 25 F350 Platinum Plus, and they said the holdup on scheduling is the bedliner and 5th wheel prep package. Otherwise, good to go.
I'd say, okay. But that's a possibility. They're probably on the right track, because I think was in last week that they did say spray and bedliner was a holdup. But 5th wheel, definitely the 5th wheel prep package. So that's why we were able to get some F350 dualies scheduled with 5th wheel prep package a while back. They just started arriving, but they had to be XLTs. We couldn't get any in any other trims, the upper trim levels. We couldn't get them scheduled. But we were able to get some XLTs scheduled. So we put leather in those, leather and heated seats in them, and they're selling pretty well, because
they look nice.
Some of these people, I mean, the leather looks like, they look like King Ranch, not King Ranch. They look like Platinum style seats.
I say King Ranch.
Have you seen the new one with the darkened bronze truck with that?
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at you with earlier. That reminds me of a King Ranch with the two-tone.
It looks pretty good. But
now, what are you needing in that?
we were able to schedule some XLTs, because remember when Ford said, hey, we need some XL and XLT orders for F350s? Okay, dually F350. We did get some 5th wheel prep packages that way, and got them scheduled. So yeah, I'm going to pull up this, because you got to see this. This is pretty special. All right. So we made them into what we called special edition packages. And wait a minute. Before I do that, there you go. I don't know how this is going to look on the screen. Oh, here, take this off. Where's my chat comments? All right, so you can see this here. But I think you can pull up. There you go. So we call it a special edition package. We put some graphics on it, but it's mainly we're doing it for the leather. Spray and bed liner, window tints included. But there you go. That's leather that we have put in. So that is Top King. It's cat skin leather, and we basically they work with us. We like, hey, we have a vision on what we want for leather, and they make it happen. Like we actually have some F-150s with leather in them that are comparable to what Roush puts in their vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And this, if you look at this, does almost look like the Roush leather.
Yes.
I mean, it's got suede, and where it's black right there is suede. So the interior is Baja interior. So you're getting from the factory black, and the brown down here, the Baja, what they call it, and some black over there. So we have some black suede, and then the Baja color that matches there, and then we just throw the brown in the middle. So well, it looks pretty. I think it looks pretty sharp. It's pretty good, and you'll see a little heated switch down there. But anyway, so all right, it's not about us, but that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Anyway. That's how we got around some of those. Like I said, Ford will tell you, like this week, we're on the F-150. They're not scheduling any 5.0s, right? So what are they looking for? Certain ones. Well, we got a bunch of F-150s and 3.5 EcoBoosts because at that week, they wanted to use our allocations, and 3.5 is all they could do. So, we figured some things out. So you gotta work with your manufacturers. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you think you'll still need a $500 down for Maverick Lariat in July?
In July. Well, we'll probably have Maverick Lariats in stock.
Probably.
We actually won't. Our plan is not the stock Lariats unless Ford pushes it on us, just because those aren't the ones that are going. I mean, to be honest, what's been selling the fastest for us is those XL hybrids that we put the optional wheel on. We did that on a bunch of 24s, and they're going pretty well. So the steel wheel, optional wheel, we're almost giving the wheel away. Actually, now we are. But well, once we can start selling them again. But that's for us. Maybe it's just because of where we're located, and we're not in a metro area with people that make maybe more money, where the costs of the people's salary is maybe higher in some of these bigger cities. We're in rural Kansas, and we're a farming area, so these farmers, they pinch their pennies. I don't need all that fancy stuff. Just give me an XL. Right? Yeah. Or an XLT. And that's what sells for us. So if we get, again, the reason we're doing the deposit is we're afraid that we're going to get stuck with a Lariat and then have to try to sell it within 60 days.
Yep.
And that makes it difficult. So that's why we're asking for the deposit. We really want you to take it when it comes in. Mm-hmm. And that just kind of puts foot to the fire in a sense of going, yeah, I'm going to take it when it comes in. And sometimes, we've had people say, yeah, I'm going to take it. And then they don't take it. Things happen. I get it. But yep. Yeah, so that's why we're doing that. But
all right. I asked the following question for everyone's benefit. Do you still discount the price of a new vehicle $1,000 when they purchase a warranty plan, as well as $1,000 for financing?
On Mavericks.
Yes.
On Mavericks. Yes. So we are doing that's a special finance deal that, of course, on any of our vehicles, just like on the website, all of our price includes $1,000 of financing. If you finance with us, then we'll deduct the $1,000. That's why our price will go up $1,000 on the website if you don't finance. But then on top of that, for Mavericks, if you get an extended warranty, then we'll also take $1,000 off, which almost gives you the warranty for free.
Yeah.
I mean, the warranty has to be more than $1,000 warranty, but you're getting the warranty way off. So significantly, think about, I don't know what those warranties cost because I haven't gotten a warranty in a long time because I don't keep mine more than 3 years. But I don't know. Warranty costs are probably $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but you're getting it like at least half off, if not 2/3 off. So anyway, that's a pretty good deal on a warranty.
We got was used and was gold certified.
Great way, especially if you're out there and you tend to keep your vehicles for a little bit. You want to get an extended warranty. Things are costing. Things are expensive now. You guys know that, not only with groceries, but parts as well.
I mean, I had a squeaking noise coming from my car. I'm like, dang it. Now I have to go to the shop, get looked at. It's probably nothing.
I saw sometimes I look for topics or things to talk about on Monday night. So I'll look through all the different forums. Will send me here's the different threads that were popular this last week. And so I looked through, and Bronco 6G had one about oil changes. Cause on the Broncos, you got to take the skid plate off for them to do the oil change. And so a lot of them were saying the dealer was charging them for having to take that skid plate off. And And so then I needed, I'm like, well, you know what? That reminds me, I need an oil change on the Bronco. So I did say, hey, I think I'm gonna bring it in on the 24th because they will be real busy. And so I says, well, do you charge extra to take the skid plate off? And they're like, no, we don't. So they were like, it's only a couple bolts. It's like, that's the way it should be done, right? And not all dealers are doing that. So that was something that came up on the Bronco 6G that I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, I digress. More questions?
All right. Yes. How many F450 allocations do you get per month, and how many orders do you have for them?
Okay, so allocations are for the entire Super Duty lineup. There's no breakdown like there is. It's not. They really should start specialty scheduling for the F450. I think, like they do with the Raptor. So on the F150, there's F150 allocations. Like this, like I think right now we have 13 available, and 11 are for non-specialty. So then we have 2 for a Raptor and Raptor R. They should do that for Super Duty, but they don't. It's all Super Duty allocations. So we do have some allocations available for Super Duty. We actually had someone, was it last week, that ordered on Tuesday an F450 and got scheduled on Thursday because we have allocations available. Henry didn't just plug your ears. I don't think it was Henry ordered was a platinum, I think.
Yeah.
Or limited. I don't think it was one of those. I think especially if you're looking at a 450 like XLT or Lariat, I think it's a lot easier to get scheduled. If you're looking for like a platinum and King Ranch, yeah,
that was K-Fly.
Yeah, K-Fly.
She's here.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for like, and I don't know, she could probably tell us what trim level she ordered, but my mind's thinking it wasn't a platinum or a King Ranch, but that's just my gut. I might be wrong. Probably am. But again, it's some of that is just based on your history of what you sell as well. You know, we saw a lot of XL regular cab F-150s.
King Ranch.
It was a King Ranch. Okay. Well, maybe it's just platinum. That's a lot of people wanting platinum, maybe.
Henry had the unicorn of unicorns. Yeah. And he knew that too.
Yep, he did. I think he wanted the max recline seats, right?
He wanted all the bells and whistles on that.
And he got it because he found a limited.
He did.
Yeah. So we're happy that he was able to find a truck out there.
Because we had gotten one scheduled, but we had a person before him.
Yeah. So. All right. Any other questions on this before we get into? Because our topic tonight might go long.
Nope. All right. Let's keep it moving.
All right, we only have like a couple of recalls, but before I get to recalls, dealer news updates. And I didn't read through this. I needed to read through this, but all right.
Dealer news.
All right, so dealer news. There's only a couple in here. There's a price increase, but before we get into that, there's this other one. This really has to do. Dealers really focus on this more than customers, but for dealers that are out there, I know Laura's and out there. There's the 2025 Ford Commitment Program. It's called FCP, and this program is something that helps to get your your objective. You have to hit your objective and everything for each of the different quarters to help get their money from Ford and all that for selling. So you get reimbursed, and they are changing up for 25 some of the requirements. So some of the enhancements they call it enhancements. We don't like to call it enhancements in the dealer world, but it says all retail sales of ICE and electric vehicles sold in November and December of 24 will count towards your 25 model year or first quarter and wrap objectives. So basically November through January 2nd. And so it sounds like to me, what they're going to do is start including what you sell within other manufacturers in your market area. So how many electric vehicles did you sell, and like for us in Salina, Kansas, based on other manufacturers selling EVs in there? That affects your your FCP, from what I understand. So it's going to be a big deal. I think we looked at that. There's other qualifiers as well, but there's some things that will affect your allocations, and the selling of electric vehicles will help your allocations. You can look at it that way. They'll help your allocations. It also affect your loss of allocations. Anyway, so there are some of that is going to go on. So I'm not going to read through all this, but oh yeah, here it is. 60% weighting is electric vehicle factor. So the electric vehicle registrations, regardless of brand, within dealers' locality, as a share of the state's electric vehicle registrations. And then 40% is based on your ICE factor, and that's your rolling 12 months ICE sales share of state from which their locality crosses. So yeah, so it's going to be weighted more towards how you do on selling electric vehicles in your area and the registrations in your state versus 40% being the ICE vehicles. So and some people, there's some dealers that are just totally against this, and there are people that are like, why are they forcing EVs on us and everything else? Well, here's the point, and I tell Ford dealers this too. They're all mad about, oh, you're forcing us to sell electric vehicles and everything else. Our customers don't want them. If they don't want them, they don't have to buy them. But here's the thing. We're able to sell, for us to be able to sell Super Duties, Mustangs. We're one of the last car manufacturer to have a sports car. And we can't sell that V8 sports car if we don't sell enough electric vehicles to counteract that. Right? We have to sell so much to be able to do that. Of course, we don't know how the next administration that comes in is going to affect that. But at this current, the way it sets is you have to sell those. I do know that GM got penalized. They can't make as many Super Duties, I think, in Q1, or maybe it was Q4, because they didn't sell enough EVs prior to that. So it affected their production levels. Well, Super Duty is very important to us. A lot of you have Super Duty orders. You're waiting to get Super Duty orders. You don't need that affected by anything right now, especially that. So, you know, I'm doing my part. I'm driving an electric vehicle.
I'm driving a hybrid.
You're driving a hybrid, so that keeps that.
So okay.
Hybrids affect that too. That's why, believe it or not, Maverick is very important to Ford, because of the hybrid. That hybrid motor, 55% of production is hybrid. That is very important. Also, even their gas, with the fuel economy of it being up in the upper 20s, does help them as well. So that way they can sell Raptors and Broncos.
Yeah.
Right? They can't sell Broncos and as many Broncos if they don't start selling some EVs.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's really everything. It's
electric.
When we talk about electric now, I really wish in here they would include hybrids into this.
I was gonna say, I have a supercharged F-150. So, does one of my EVs count that out, or do
right.
both of my EVs combined count that?
Well, here's my feeling: is I drive a Bronco that gets 15 miles to the gallon, and I get an electric vehicle. I'm helping. Yes. I'm neutralizing this here with Ford.
Well, we only drive the Lightning like once a month, so.
Actually, though. And yours is an electric Lightning. It's a supercharged Lightning.
Yes, it's a supercharged.
The way people really want it. And if you don't believe that, look and see how many Lightning bolts we sell versus how many Lightnings we sell. Although somebody pointed out last week, did you know that there's more Mustang Mach-E sales this year than Mustang sales?
So I was thinking about it. I was talking to Jeff about that. If you think about it, the Mustang is more of a collector's car or an enthusiast car. A lot of those collectors and enthusiasts want an older Mustang. They aren't really liking the newer body, or they want to keep what they already have. They aren't planning to sell. They aren't upgrading. So, that might affect it.
Well, and you think with Dodge going away from their muscle car and Chevy that Mustang sales would go up, but it really hasn't.
Yeah.
It hasn't really gone down, I don't think. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Yeah. The last bit of news we have here. Well, actually, I got some other things. There's a price increase. Well, speaking of Mustang, there's a price increase on the 25 model year Mustang.
That also might have
that affects it. Oh, boy. So they did it. They're as effective December 17th. That's today. The price has gone up on the Mustang. Of course, if you haven't ordered it already, you should be price protected as long as the dealer does that for you. And the increase is GT is going up $1,000, including the premium. A convertible GT convertible goes up $1,000. Dark Horse goes up $1,000. The GT Performance Package goes up $150. Bronze Appearance Package goes up $100, and the brake caliper color option went up $150 because that evidently that paint just costs that much more. There you go. It's probably the part.
Some special dust to it.
So there you go. I guess when you brake, you get brake dust adds to it. All right. So on top of that, though, we do have job 2 that started, that is launched. It looks like on 12/12 they updated the order guide, and they added the matte clear film available on the convertible. That was before was not available on the convertible. It is now available as part of job 2. This is for anything produced 2/24 and later, unless it's a pre-production job 2. And then we learned a little bit about that a couple weeks ago. Also, a new color, intense lime yellow. And I wish I saw this ahead of time that I could actually find out what the color looks like, but intense lime yellow metallic. There you go.
Oh,
so they added that color.
Intense
lime yellow. So
with metallic.
Yeah. Anyway, and then also they added optional wheels, a Sinister Bronze painted wheel for, it looks like those that get the with the summer tire for your 600A and 700A. That's your Dark Horse. So so they have a Sinister Bronze wheel for your Dark Horse now. So that is an added option as well. So pretty cool. So a couple of different things there. There you go. That's it.
So Laura was saying, cool. So hybrid helps, or is that included into the EV?
Mm-mm. On that thing, it was only electric vehicles, so they don't include hybrid. I'm just saying that hybrid helps Ford. The more hybrids they sell, it does help Ford. It doesn't help dealers any.
Yeah. Now, whose ruling is that?
Who's ruling on this?
Yes.
For the FCP, that's Ford. So
that's Ford.
So basically what they're saying is that your weight factor on your allocations and such. So all right. Dealers will have the opportunity to meet targets with a quarterly and first half wrap. Individual performance objectives will be given for 25 calendar year Mustang Mach-E and calendar year F-150 Lightning, but dealers are eligible to earn based on total 25 model year calendar year EV sales, regardless of mix. And then it says retail e-transit sales will also count towards your electric vehicle objective. Dealers are eligible to earn 0.9% MSRP if performance objectives are met for electric and ICE vehicles. The weight factor, 60% of it is electric vehicle, period. So it doesn't say that it's going to be included. So if it's got any internal combustion, so plug-in or the hybrids would not count towards that. So they're saying the dealer electric vehicle registrations, regardless of brand within a dealer's locality, as a share of the state's electric vehicle registrations.
Okay.
And then 40%
Wait,
is
that's
ICE
vehicle
factor.
registrations, not
Yes.
vehicles that we sell?
Correct. So it's other brands too. So what they're wanting to do is we want to outsell other brands for electric vehicle sales.
In our state.
Yes.
So if we are selling out of state, we are helping those states.
Technically. Because it is registered. Yeah. Share of state electric vehicle registrations, because they wouldn't register it in our state.
Okay.
In Ford's mind, dealers aren't selling out of state. And in their mind, they don't get why somebody would go to another state to buy a vehicle. Now, look at Kansas City as a situation where you're on that border. It's very easy for someone to buy a vehicle that's in Missouri out of Kansas. That's pretty common.
Right. And yes. Very much so. And on top of that, we sell a lot to Nebraska. Somewhat.
I mean, we're pretty close to Nebraska.
We're in the middle of our state.
Yeah.
But top and bottom, it only takes about 2 hours to get to like Oklahoma or Nebraska.
Anyway, all right. Recalls.
Yes.
All right, we only have a couple recalls here. I'll close this here. All right. So our camera didn't freeze. I just realized that, like, oh, our camera didn't freeze. All right, 2 recalls here, and this one actually is a new recall in a sense, but it stems from one that was already out, and it's not really a recall. So there was an update prior to sale, 24U11. That was the Broncos with the checking the key functionality, whether or not the key worked. So that was supposed to happen before they were sold, but evidently some got sold, and then the dealer didn't take care of it before they got sold. So because of that, they started this recall customer satisfaction program 24N16 for those vehicles that got into dealers' hands before they got updated by the dealer. And it says 9,627 vehicles could be affected by this. So yeah, so basically it's a no cost one-time repair, and that is just it says one of 2 keys provided with the vehicle may not have been successfully programmed during production. A key that was not successfully programmed will not start the vehicle. So if you have that issue where it doesn't start and you have a 24 model year Bronco, then you'll have a one-time program to go in and basically get a new key, basically, or get it reprogrammed, I should say. So this program provides a no-cost one-time repair to program the keys for 4 years of service from the warranty start date of the vehicle, regardless of mileage. This is a one-time program repair. So once you get it done, you can't do it again. So there you go. And are letters going out on this one? Yes, letters of owners will go out the week of January 13th. All right. This next one is an emissions recall, 24E08 for 22 and 23 model year F-150s. And only 1,625 vehicles are affected by this, and it's vehicles that were built at Dearborn as well as Kansas City. And so the reason for this emissions recall is affected vehicles were previously serviced with a catalytic converter that does not control tailpipe emissions to the intended level due to service parts category error. So they're going to basically take care of that. So letters are going to go out the week of March 28th or sooner. So that's actually way out there. It says pending agency approval. So they're waiting for the agency to approve that. So anyway, so there you go. That's it. That's all I got. There's a couple others that were on really old vehicles, so I didn't include those. Mm-hmm. But there's some airbag issues on some of those older ones. It's been going on for a while. So that there's some updates to, I think, some numbers or something on that. But so I didn't include that this week.
Okay.
Oh, this is fun. Okay. This actually should have been, you know what? We're about ready to do the Is It True? This won't be an Is It True, but it'll be Is It Funny? All right. Have you got any questions?
No, we just got our ninjas for our real extra.
Okay, so I guess Ford put this little thing out, this little handout that they gave dealers. It's laminated. I don't know if they came laminated, but it's kind of funny. But I think it's funny because it's about their connected services products, and they have to have a pamphlet to show you what connected services you have because there's so many. It's ridiculous.
Simplify.
It's
condense.
ridiculous.
I thought we were on this condensing plan here,
right?
Ford.
We're going to simplify builds, but we're going to complicate connected services. So here are some of the connected services that are available on your different models. You have Blue Cruise, you have security package, you have connectivity package, you have the performance upgrade on the mach-e, premium connectivity package, the connected navigation, and the Blue Oval charge network. On this side, it tells you what vehicles have what.
I thought we were communicating. I thought we were sharing ideas between brands.
F-150, depending on the trim, can get Blue Cruise. Also can get security package, premium connectivity, connected nav, Alexa built-in, XM, Sirius XM, and the Wi-Fi hotspot. Yeah, it goes on. I'm not going to go all of them. Want to know any? I got them right here. So funny that this comes out today because I get an email today. Ask because I had to purchase the premium connectivity, and I had to get the navigation for our Bronco. I paid $80 a year for the Bronco to have connected nav, but then to do that, I have to have a monthly premium connectivity to do it. So I got an email. They asked how things were going. Could you answer this? I said I'd love to answer these questions. answer. And it gives me box at the bottom on any other feedback. And I'm like, oh, yes. So I typed it up for him and said, I think it's ridiculous that to get navigation, which cost me $80 a year, I still have to buy the the premium connectivity, which if you look at the stuff, I could care less about any of that on my Bronco. I need that to be able to work the navigation. Those should be separate. And I can't believe actually that I have to pay for either one of those because the software is already in my vehicle that I already purchased and paid for the vehicle that it came with. That's kind of like getting a new washer that comes with some connected stuff, and then I have to pay a plan to get it to work.
Yeah.
Rant over.
So they're probably passing that around Ford going, man.
I should have put AKA Ford Video Guy.
Oh no, I'm sure we have some people that watch that are probably like, all right, I gotta go talk to some people here.
Ford, I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. I mean, if you, I kind of like the idea that I came up with a couple of weeks ago where we said, how about just charging us for any update? So people are starting Mach-E 2021 model year Mach-E owners and past, really up to 23, still are running on Blue Cruise 1.0. And they've been waiting because now we're on Blue Cruise 1.5 coming out in 25 model year. And they haven't gotten their update yet. So some 21s finally got their updates to the Blue Cruise 1.3 because 1.4 really isn't actually out in anybody's hands yet because the 1.4 is supposed to be on the 24 model year, 25. So the Expedition is supposed to have it.
Okay.
1.3 is what I have. So that's great. So, but it's taken this long. So I'm like, well, why don't you just charge them for that and then let them just have it? I mean,
yeah. But I thought we were communicating. I thought they were doing better about that, and we're taking a step back here.
I don't know. I mean, Ford, here's the thing. I'm waiting. The prices are going to come down again. I guarantee you, they're going to come down again.
Did you hear about Toyota? They rolled out that they are lowering some of their MSRPs.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the deal on them.
Well, we did that last year.
The Blue Cruise
did that last year.
Is they want they want to be able to say that they have this many Blue Cruise miles and everything else. But to do that, people have to have Blue Cruise and be using their Blue Cruise, right? So people have to purchase it. And there are some people in the Mach-E thread that was talking about how the fact that they still haven't purchased it yet because somebody wanted the update, but yet they didn't sign up for it. Like right now, we did a 1 month and they asked me if I'm going to re-sign up. And I said, no. I said, here's the case is that I just needed it for that trip because I paid $50 for 1 month. I said it was fine because I went on a couple trips, which actually we're going to do a picture of how I enjoyed a Blue Cruise at some points in our trip. In an image in a little bit. But
we actually have the two extremes.
Oh yeah, we do. But I said, I'm not going to use it. I said, I don't drive on the highway enough to feel like it's worth the $50 a month or whatever they want to charge $500 a year or something. So we'll see if that comes down. I mean, at what point would I sign up for it? I mean, if it's as low as I signed up recently with Sirius Satellite for my Mach-E, which I'm like, I don't need it. Finally, Sirius is like, well, we'll give it to you for $5 for a year. I said, $5 a month? All right, I'll do it. And I hadn't I signed up and I hadn't used it for like a month. And I realized this week, I'm like, wait a minute, I got Sirius. I forgot. So, because usually I just listen to Spotify, but all right, enough of that ranting about all that stuff. But
let's keep it moving.
Well, the fun part's beginning now.
You ready?
Yeah. What time is it?
8:31.
All right. Because this could take a while. A year in review. So we do. Actually, I need to pull this up. Hold on.
What moment?
Let me pull up.
Ready.
We got a bunch of pictures to go through. We're going to talk about what all we did this year. Not just trips, but other things that, that we did and everything. Starting in January of last year, we started our first Maverick Monday series video. I think we looked, episode 49 was this week. So about almost every week this year. So we started the first week in January of 2024 doing a weekly Maverick Monday video. It's gone pretty well.
Yeah.
People really enjoying that, and it's a great series. In fact, we've had some people actually recommend and ask us to do that for Super Duty. They said they want a Super Duty Saturday.
Someone had said supercharged. I'm like, I don't feel like we have enough supercharged content for a weekly video.
Sometimes I will tell you it's a little hard for me to get some Maverick content in, but there's a lot to Super Duties. I probably can really cover some stuff. So next year you might see a Super Duty Saturday or something like that. And I thought, well, while we're doing it, we could do Bronco. Well, we could choose a day for Bronco. SUV, I don't know. Anyway, well, I don't know. Anyway, what are you trying to think of names? I don't know. Anyway, so
I'm not the best at names. You know this.
F-150.
Taking me a month.
F-150 Friday.
Taking me a month.
F-150 Friday. Super Duty Saturday. All right. Anyway, so we'll never know what's going on there, but we'll try to do that. But also, we didn't have a lot going on in January. Last January, I went and looked RV shopping.
Yes.
I went looking for a little RV, and thought we found the perfect one. We ended up getting one later. We'll get into that a little bit later. But did go to the RV show, and that was kind of fun. And the only images I had, Jaden was in it, so I just didn't want to show that. But anyway, so
I'm a little bit different. I'm actually on the show, and I already posted my kids.
Did you have anything January? Can you think of anything? I didn't really have anything. January was like we didn't really do a lot. My birthday was in January, but
no, not a lot going on in January.
King of Hammers is in January.
Yep.
Well, January/February, I think, somewhere around there. I really want to go to that sometime, but I don't know if we'll go this year or not. But we had some people invite us up there for that. But yeah. Anyway, all right. Now I did get to go to NADA. Let me see if I can get this. Share the screen. Can I do this? Probably be able to see the pictures in the background if I do this, but that's all right. Do you want to go this route? There you go. All right. So we do have these images here. So this is from the Sphere, inside the Sphere. So NADA actually had all the dealers let them come into the Sphere, and they did a big video presentation and everything. It was really cool, but there's kind of that from inside the Sphere. So that's one of the images I had. And then also we got invited by one of our partners, I don't know who it was, to go on the top of Mandalay Bay, clear at the top up there. And this is the view that we had from up there. Whoa. I didn't think it was going to zoom in that much. But if you look in this image, we're going to talk about this later in the live stream. There's two towers right there that are no longer there. And I got to see them go down. So Tropicana, it looked a lot different than that when I saw it when I was there before they demolished it, imploded it. But yeah, right there says the place that I stayed at was like right over here, just right over here somewhere. Anyway, but real close to there. Anyway, so I digress. So there's that. Go out. And then also we, Sarah and I didn't go, but Jeff and I went to the NADA, or not NADA, Chicago Auto Show, right? And Jeff hasn't flown a lot.
Yep.
And first time getting to see Chicago pizza, deep dish. So he got that. He's really thinking there was going to be more cheese stretched than that. But anyway, so that's Jeff's first. He liked it. Pretty good pizza. But we got a chance to see the Peak Blue Bronco Sport that was there. Also the King of Hammers vehicle, that one King of Hammers, and I'm surprised the door actually stayed on. We got a chance to interview him. I can't remember what his name was, but anyway, you with us here?
Yeah.
Also GTD, we actually saw it the year before at Detroit, but it was there in Chicago as well. So there's some pictures of that. And it was first time seeing the mach-e rally, I think, was there. I think this is when I came back and ordered a rally. It's like right after this.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you did.
And that's when I ordered a rally, which we're going to see that I took delivery of that this year as well. So there you go. So, yeah.
I was just looking at my January. Not much, except for snow, and I was working on decluttering the house.
Okay, then yeah, Chicago Auto Show we went to, and then also saw the Tesla Cybertruck up close. I wasn't that impressed. A lot of edges that you could get hurt on, I noticed. And then this is where we saw the first. They debuted the Explorer before the event, but then this is the first time it was in public, and that's those screens right there. And for you that have Mavericks, That's about the size that your screen is going to be for the Maverick and the Bronco Sports right there. So, but this does have the Ford Digital Experience, which is pretty cool. And I
Yeah.
like the little tray that they have there too. But anyway, so we got a chance to see that as well, right there. And then shortly after that, Ridgeview came picked up his Maverick.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And we recorded the intro.
We recorded our intro, this intro right there via Niles. I told him we're going to highlight his drone shot here. And if you look real closely, you get to see this every week. You can see him and his wife right there on our left. So, and then he did not actually fly it through. We were going to, but we decided we didn't have anybody there to hold the door open because we were sitting inside waiting, but you can see that. So it's pretty cool. He did a good job of doing that. We shot that. There's Ridgeview right there. And you get to see this every week on our intro if you come soon enough. Of course, Ragnacon probably misses it, but everybody else probably gets to see it if they come in to the chat. But there you go. That was shot in March, which was really fun. Was that March? No, it was at the end of February.
Yes.
Somewhere around the end of February. So there's that. So, and then I don't know why I'm also including some stuff we did to the Bronco.
Well, you did some big stuff this year.
I added a winch on the front. So it is a rough country winch up there and added the light bar as well. And I installed that myself. Yes, I did. So we have that in there. And in fact, I was behind somebody tonight coming here earlier, and I almost flipped my lights on them because I think they slowed down on me on purpose because they knew I was trying to pass a car. And so I think they slowed down on purpose. So I both flipped the light on them. I was nice. I didn't know. Anyway, so that winch we installed too. So, and then I took a lot of little trips this year. In fact, we did a long weekend to Pawhuska. Yes. I'd almost forgotten this. I didn't really have a lot of pictures from this, but we went and checked out the Pioneer Woman. That was something that Barb wanted to do. And it was pretty cool. The food was great. The little store they have there and everything was really cool. And went go see the house where she shoots a lot of her shows and everything. So it was pretty cool. So I almost said, hey, this is what it's like when people come here.
She wanted to make the Pioneer Woman trip, like for me and Jolie and her. Yeah. But we just can't ever get away.
Yeah. So that's in Oklahoma, Pawhuska, Oklahoma, if you guys are wanting to do that. But so I made that a quick little weekend. We stayed a little bed and breakfast there. It was really nice too.
They said the 24 Mustang Dark Horse video in Detroit with Jim Owens was one of the best videos he's ever watched from Vols. That was shot in 23, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That was at the I think it was at Detroit. Wasn't it?
Yes.
No, it was Chicago.
It was Chicago, but
it was a year before because you recorded it.
Because I recorded. I also was like,
you got the interview.
Yeah, you were like, hey, I kind of want to see if we can get an interview. I'm like, well, let's ask.
Yeah,
and I did that.
Yep. Let's see what else. Also in March, at the end of March, because I needed to get this done for another reason, I added the hitch and the wiring and a trailer brake controller to the Bronco.
Right. So that you could go pick up your
camper. I got these rolling here. I got them in line. So yes, in April, we picked up our camper. And I did a video on this if you want to see it, probably better than what the camper company has. But I did a walk around on the camper. I might do more videos on the camper this next year on my personal channel. Yeah. I need to do something because I don't know if I really have money to buy any more parts. So for the Bronco. So, but yeah, that was a little camper.
Planning to take little trips out to like Canopolis and other lakes around here. We should.
I was going to do that this summer and we didn't do it. So.
Yeah. Let's do that this year.
We got to. All right. And then right after that, we got it. And like a weekend later, we went to Supercell. So there's the camper at Supercell.
I remember that because you had to go down and get it really, really quick one weekend, come back, and then you were leaving the next week.
Yep. There was like 2 weekends we could have done it, one of 2 weekends.
Yeah.
So because Bronco Supercell was the 17th to the 20th. So we went down there as well. And I mean, speaking of, we're going to make sure we cover, people we get a chance to see down there. We're going to see a couple of them here, but we did see Laura. Actually, they went down just for the day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But let's see, do we have the... Oh, there it is down there. Okay. I don't want to forget. There's something else. Okay. And Jack was there with his wife, Jonah. So,
Yes.
Jana, sorry. But they were there and they went off-roading for the first time in the Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. They were a little apprehensive, I think, at first. We've actually we've brought a couple different couples into off-roading.
You have.
we encouraged Jack and his wife to go, but we also
Now,
encouraged some
I'm
people
gonna need
in
help getting a
Colorado,
Bronco so we can get Lebo out there.
right? Yes. Well, if you want to get Lebo out there, you probably don't want your mom to drive. You'd probably be a little apprehensive, but she does a good job.
I think he's kind of like Mom, where Mom gets apprehensive on those higher cliffs when she's not driving, but when she does drive, she doesn't really notice it.
Yep.
I think he's more like that.
Yeah. We also did a drive at Supercell, a scenic drive, which we didn't do before, and that was really fun. It just went on and on, though. I mean, it was really long. I think what I'd like to do in the future is do a drive, but do it on my own with just a small amount, which we ended up doing in Colorado, which is the reason I got that idea. In Colorado was to take smaller group because there's just so many, and so they're like, if somebody in the front stops and pulls over, then it'd take forever to get through it. So, but there's a lot of scenic stops. It was like this, I can't remember what it was called. It was up on a hill. But anyway, it was really scenic and beautiful. And next time we'll do that, but we'll stop. So we're going to plan to go out this year, and I'm already planning to go off-road. There's two different places, two different things that I want to do that, one I didn't do last year that I want to do. Part of Cades Cove we'll do. Yeah. So there's some other things planned. There's the Bronco in the field. Right over there to the left I don't think she watches our live stream, but Jenna from Philadelphia. That's her Bronco Sport over there. And then you'll see we got some stuff installed. You can see it right here. We got the fog lights from IAG installed while we were there. They did installs.
Do you have a picture of Henry in there?
Not here. We'll get into that. We'll get into
That's right.
But IAG did set up a tent, and they were doing a lot of installs and everything.
Yeah.
I was actually getting, I think I have it here. Yes. I was getting this, the cloth top. This was actually showcased there last year, and they didn't have it ready for fourth quarter. So I knew when I came back, I wanted this installed. The fog lights were an afterthought. The fog lights were, I saw Allie's Bronco, and I'm like, oh, I want those. And so, yes, but then I got this for the cloth top. So it's the quick release. And I will say this, they're really good because that quick release broke on me. So the pull that you pull it with actually is made out of plastic. And so I pulled it down once and it came out. This is when we were at Supercell, Colorado. Yeah. And I had to bungee it down the whole trip there. And I used bungee at first, and then I got some ratchet straps. But they actually did send me replacement parts for free to replace it with heavy metal, and so it works really good. So, all right, let's see what's next after Supercell. Roush event. You didn't get to go to that one.
No, I did not.
Oh, there's we did win an award at the which I was surprised we were going to win, but we did. And then we got to go to Roush. We toured the Roush plant, so which was really fun. So actually, Blake got that picture of me doing videos on the Roushes. So we got a chance to see the production lineup and how they're producing these and the quality and everything. And of course, Jack Roush Jr. was there, so we got a chance to talk to him and interview him. Yeah, which we did a video on that as well. So which is a lot of fun. That's Blake right there, and we always joke about how short Blake is, but he found someone shorter than him. Anyway.
Oh, he can do that here.
Anyway, but we did while we were there. We saw those. All those are like those autonomous little taxis, right? That run around in the big cities. There's what it looks like on the inside of one. We got to go up close to them. So anyway, Roush makes those, believe it or not. There's a lot of things Roush makes that you wouldn't know. Yeah. I wouldn't believe. If you've gone to the Disney World, you probably and rode any rides, you've been riding on a Roush produced manufactured ride. Yeah. They do a lot of roller coaster manufacturing. So actually Roush's performance lineup is only 10% of their business. They work with the military. They work with a lot of testing. They do a lot of testing for companies. They work with NASCAR. So they're the ones that make the carbon fiber shell of all the NASCARs. So they have a deal with them. So whenever there's a wreck, they're really happy. Okay. Also, in April or no, in early May, I spoke at a conference.
Yes.
So it is a
We
very
went back to camp.
yeah. We went to camp, so you'll see I'm on shorts and a t-shirt. What's going on? But it's called Dealer Knows Summer Camp, and it's in Georgia, and it is at a camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now this
so-
is something I feel like you would have put together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun, and they asked me to speak. This is the second year that I got a chance to speak at on video, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun there. And no cell service, so you really do get out, and so you're going to actually learn and interact. And it's I think it's more of getting a chance to meet and talk to other people in the industry that want to help other people in the industry, which is really great. Helping each other out, helping other dealers out, which is awesome. So, if Laura's still in there, if you get a chance to go to Dealer Knows Summer Camp, Laura, I tell you, you will learn a lot there. All right. Let's see here. You went on vacation in May.
Yep.
Oh, there's some views, and so
Yeah, at your camp.
that camp in Georgia, there's
You're
actually
disconnected.
there actually were horses almost every morning out in here, but it's the Smoky Mountains, so you're south of Tennessee. In fact, from this view, if you could see through, you could have gone to Townsend,
Right.
Tennessee. So and I think those hills are probably actually in Tennessee. It was that close to the border. But anyway, all right, your camp photos.
Yes. That one.
Your time to go to camp.
Yeah. We took a family trip to Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Buena
Yes.
Vista. That was one of the afternoon storms where we were like, oh no, it's wrong. It's coming in. Pack everything up. So we packed everything up and holed up in the tent. We did
15
that.
minutes later, it's
Yeah.
gone. I know.
Like, no kidding. We're like, why did we pack everything up?
I know.
Yeah. So go on to the next one. I don't know what order.
Oh,
So
and there's
that's our view. So we found out, not on this trip, but shortly before that trip, we went to Rock City. But they tested their limits here. My boys are rock climbers. So there's actually a steep cutoff, which you'll see later on, that my son demanded that we go up. So we had to follow him up this cliffside to that view. And then he would have us wander around up there and find trails and whatnot.
See, there are trails running around that.
Yeah, it's actually
campsite.
4 mile
Yes.
loop goes right around this camp. So like this is like, I think less than a mile. I think only like 100 yards is the entrance to 4 mile. So it goes like right around it.
There's a parking lot by the road that people can take this trail through here, and it comes up, and then
We actually went to go hiking on one of the trails, and there's a fence around the camp so wildlife can't get in, and you have to go over a ladder, over a bridge, and down on the other side to go over this barbed wire fence.
All right.
See, there you can see the cliff back
Right
there.
here?
Yeah, back in there behind those cabins. The kids learned how to walk the dogs.
Theo. So funny.
Yeah, my littlest loves his dogs, so he likes to walk them.
Oh, packed up, ready to go, it says.
Yep, that's when we were headed out. And then
I love that the mountains are.
That's our view. I absolutely love that view.
And the thing of it is that we went to the same place for our vacation, which we'll talk about later. But.
That's the trail. Click one more. So Will, our neighbors, Will, we call him our little social bug. He became best friends with our campsite neighbors. By the second day he was up there, and they were teaching him how to get on a dirt bike and rev the engine. Completely safe. The guy had it under control. But then, like later on, we were cooking dinner, and he took his chair. We're like, "Where are you going with your chair?" And he's like, "Up here." Next thing we know, he's up there eating steak with them. We're like, "Okay, little dude." He's playing Uno and cards with them, and he's living his best life up there. And it was an older couple whose kids are out of high school. So lots of fun. And then that's our car situation. I was in the back with the kids while the dogs. Oh, that's Theo. One more. We're up front.
I wondered. I was like, "You're gonna take the dogs on vacation?"
We were in a Ranger.
3 dogs, right?
3 dogs, an Australian Shepherd and 2 miniature dachshunds, 2 toddlers,
Oh gosh,
me and my husband, and a ranger.
that's funny.
So lots of fun.
Yes.
Lots of growth on that.
Yep. All right. And then let's see. You got back the 27th, but the 27th I think was Memorial Day,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's when we went out and we took the Bronco out.
Yep.
Because my goal, one of the goals here at work was that, hey, we want a personal goal and a professional goal. My personal goal was to go off-roading, 4 off-roading trips this year.
Yeah.
And so this one actually helped us get to the 4th because we planned on doing one this fall and it didn't happen. So luckily, but so Jaden is in here. I don't think she'll care on this, but we got into the Bronco and that sunshade's up there because of the grandkids. Yeah. But we a picture of us out there in the Bronco and the little damage that we got in with the tree. So trying to get turned around on a very narrow spot where you had to back up and then turn around, and that
the tree's like, happened. You shall not pass.
And it's still there. We haven't fixed it. We're like, well, it doesn't matter. Let's just go. Oh, and then yes, we crossed. There was once we figured out all the stuff up above was real narrow, and it's really made for side by sides. But we did find this area down here that the side by sides were running around, zipping around. We got in there and had a little fun with them too. So we did some crossing some water. This. Oh,
is it gonna load?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Uh-oh. Maybe not. Nope. I guess it doesn't want to.
Okay.
Well, anyway, that's the next one. But anyway, so we got some, and I think members got a chance to see this. Oh, we got an error. Hopefully, are we still streaming? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're still going. Okay. All right. Anyway, but yes, there's a lot of water down there. We were crossing. In fact, at one point, Jaden wanted to go down the river because the water came up in, and so he wanted to go that way. I'm like, no, that's in the water. You're not supposed to go through there. We're going to stay on the trail. And we went through the water and everything, which we'll get into some other water crossings later. Hopefully that video plays because that was really fun. But if not, we've done some videos especially for the members. But and then shortly after that, I did add the attic tray. So when we went to Supercell, I got a chance to see this in person, and I went ahead and worked with Mountains to Metal to get this attic tray. So basically it sits up in this area that's not really used. So this is where the top normally sits, whether it be a hard top or cloth top, it doesn't matter. And then you can just pull these little, these things here. Can you see my cursor? Actually, I think our stream is frozen. I don't know. Maybe not. There you go. Are we good? Oh, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Anyway, so you just lower those down. I thought you could see my cursor, but evidently not on the picture itself. So you just pull those little hooks on each side, and then it lowers down. You'll see I got in there, my toolkit's in there, and I also am able to put all the different recovery stuff up there out of the way. So I mean, it's like stuff you may not need to get very much, but it's all right there. Air up, air down kit, tow ropes, and all that kind of stuff, and then even the thing for the winch is right there. So there you go. So I had that added, and I had installed that myself. So, and if you want to do the cloth top all the way back, you can still do it with this. So what you do is you lower it down to here, and there's an arm that goes up on the sides, and then you just you can see you can just turn those, and then you lower it, put the top down, and put it back up, and it goes back up in place. So you can still do it with the top down. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, so I do really like the attic tray. It is squeaking a little bit, so I need to call them and find out what I can do to make that quieter. It may just be about tightening some bolts that maybe got loose from. We've done a few off-road since we did this. So let's see what else. Mach-e came in.
Yeah.
It came in June. So I bought the mach-e Rally. When it came in, I wasn't sure, but leases were ridiculous by the time it came in that I was able to go ahead, and I'm leasing that mach-e right now, and I am loving it. There's an interior. In fact, it's really my vehicle of choice around town.
Yeah.
Commuting out. The way I look at it is I almost feel like I should be driving it around town because it doesn't cost me anything. A little bit of electricity, on my, overnight or whatever, but that's it. So I love driving this. I actually almost got a ticket out last night. I was going 48 and a 40 because I was late to get Emily. Cop pulled me over
Yeah.
and just gave me a warning. He goes, "This is one of them electric vehicles?" It sure is. It helps if you're nice to the police officers. I'll tell you what, they're just doing their job and they're protecting us and making sure that no mach-es are racing on
Some
our
of
streets.
them are just curious about what you're driving.
Speaking of racing, I don't know. Is this going to play? Oh, yes, it is. So here is the mach-e
Still kind of mad that
against a.
Because I know if I was driving,
Look at that.
I would have won.
You could see the brakes before he gets to the finish line. So that white car on the left side, there's a view from that car. The car on the left, that is a supercharged 810 horsepower supercharged Mustang that the mach-e totally roasted.
I'm telling you, if I had been driving, no one would have beaten me.
I'm telling you. We had to take the I said, you need to take the one pedal off, press the brake, and launch it.
Yes.
And it took off.
Probably scared him.
Yes. They were all amazed. Okay. Anyway, but shortly after I got the mach-e and we did that little race, you and I went to Bronco Off Rodeo.
Yes.
And we met up with Midcoast Maine and Ridgeview and Ridgeview's family. And of course, Midcoast Maine and his wife. And that's his mach-e. Right. Or his Maverick, sorry.
I was like, what are you looking at?
It's his Maverick right there.
Yes.
And we had a lot of fun having dinner with them and talking and chatting and everything and spending the weekend or a couple days there with Ridgeview. He even let us use his Maverick to go to the off rodeo.
Yeah.
So, and I don't actually have any images of off rodeo. We did a lot of video content, but not a lot of images. So, but we had a lot of fun.
I was gonna say, I'm sure I have images from that.
But we have a couple, and then we also met up with Johnny and Marie and their baby that kept giving me eyes.
Yeah.
That while we were eating dinner, the kids just love me. I'm just saying. Anyway, so we had a lot of fun with Marie, Annie, Aurora was there too. She's one of our members as well, and just a lot of fun.
Johnny watches our live streams often.
Yeah.
I think that's the key.
Yeah, I watched a couple. Actually, the other day I was doing some work and I watched a couple of his videos.
The baby's probably like, I know that voice.
Probably. Anyway, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. Meeting up with them and chatting with them, and they're just good people. Tell you what, just good people there in Canada. So they're just on the other border. It's just over the border to from Maine and New Hampshire, actually.
Yes.
So. Anyway, and that off rodeo in New Hampshire was beautiful too. We saw turkey there. I actually had an image and I almost used it, but with the turkey behind us. But anyway, so we did that. That was in late June, right?
Yes.
And then I went on vacation in July with my wife, and it was
Buena Vista.
It was. I've got to say, of all vacations I've gone on, of course, I shouldn't say that because we went with the kids on vacation for years, and we had a lot of fun in Lake Ozarks as kids. I mean, you guys were kids, but we had a lot of fun going to Colorado. We just camped and get up whenever we got up in the morning, had coffee, breakfast, then got ready, and then we hit the trail about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Now, I will say, as a parent, how often do you guys actually relax on those vacations with us?
Oh, I know. This was really nice. There's like nobody to have to keep track of or anything. We went up to Tin Cup. Drove up there. Your mom drove all the way up to Tin Cup, and then I drove down Tin Cup. So there's at the top. We got a couple of these. We like the Continental. I like to go and find the Continental Divides. It's always fun. But at the top of Tin Cup, and that's one that really Derek Stidham took his Bronco later in the year on that one. But the lake, there's Mirror Lake there. There's a road right here. And this is the second time that I've done this trail, so I knew where the road was.
Yes.
I don't know if this video is going to play or not, but it's kind of long. But we did. Yes, we crossed.
You had seen people go before you.
Well, okay, so there were people at the top and side-by-sides that were coming over, and they had gone through from the other side. And they says, yeah, it's up pretty high. He said, you'll have fun. I'm like, well, we'll see if we need to turn around or not. And they said, oh, with your lift, you're fine. And so I knew where the road was.
Yeah. So you had
Um,
talked to some locals
mhm. And I don't know if you could hear that
or someone
or
in a
not, but
vehicle that
probably
was
not.
lower than yours. No, we can't play audio. We've done that before.
Well, one of them works. I don't know if it's on this or if it has to be a
Yeah.
video, but
But you had talked to someone that had just driven through it in a vehicle that was lower than yours.
yeah.
And you had driven it before. It wasn't a path that you hadn't driven before.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of spots where I could actually see those rocks under us. I mean, you can't see it in
Yes.
that video, but I could see the rocks.
Yeah.
There's a second part of that. We get back onto those other rocks, and then this part here, this side by side up here, almost didn't make it. It was bogging down. It
Well, good
almost
thing
didn't
you
make
had
it.
your winch.
Yeah. So right. But we ended up crossing this one too, which actually I was a little more concerned on this one here than okay, it's probably not going to play. It might not play, but you get the idea. We crossed both of those, and we didn't really have anybody with us, so we kind of had to, right? But anyway, so that was a lot of fun. Okay, it's not going to play. Anyway, moving on. But beautiful night, pictures and everything, and just like with you, it rained like every day.
Yeah.
We'd be on the top of the mountains, and we're just like, okay, we got to get going, But then the rain would just come by us, and 15 minutes later, it's done, and but
Which
that's
I didn't know. Like when we went on our honeymoon several years ago, we didn't know that it storms every single day, and so we were like, yeah, we're gonna go on this trail up there. They're like, you started way too late in the day. We're like, what do you mean? He's like, if you're gonna summit that, you need to start at 5 a.m. or else you're not gonna summit that before the storms roll in, and you cannot be above the tree line before that storm.
yeah. No.
So, in case you didn't know and you plan to go hiking,
we did Cumberland Pass, but we did the later we did a shortcut.
Yeah.
When we came to Super Cell, we did the shortcut. But this one we took the really rough road, very narrow, windy switchbacks. Not really that difficult. Any 4x4 could have done it. Could have done it in that Ranger.
Yeah.
And it's 12,000 feet again. Continental Divides. Here we are. So we got up to the top of there, and there's actually a video or a picture of, you can see the mountains in the back. And later when we go to Supercell, we actually come up this way over here. See this road here. This is the road we took. Well, the one kind of coming through. You guys can't see my cursor. Right there, this road here, it comes across to anyway over here. That road there. That's the one that kind of switchbacks and comes through. And but the one up here is the one that we did. So it was really cool. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Then we did that one day. We did Hancock Pass, which, to be honest, I was a little nervous doing it by myself. I've done it before. And I was like, well, there's only it gets difficult. So Barb started driving, and I'm like, well, I'll get in when she feels uncomfortable. She pretty much made it to the top. So all the hard stuff, you did Hancock Pass the year before. And that rough part where they have that tight turn, she did through there. And she got to the tight switchback before she felt a little nervous. But we got up to Hancock Pass right there. So there's an image of that. And the views, that's what I love about off-roading. You get up to these 12,000 feet in a Bronco.
You're not out of breath and weak and tired, and you get to enjoy the views.
Yes, it's just incredible views. And shortly after that, though, the rain came through. So we had to get back down, and we actually had a picnic down at the bottom by where you go that little bathhouse, or the little bathroom is down there. And then on the way back from Hancock Pass, because we went up and came right back down. We didn't go down the other way because I didn't feel like doing the long trip. So we started kind of late, like 11 this day. And so we got up, and then we started coming back down. And so since we came back down, we went, I don't know if we didn't stop there, but the Cascade Falls is beautiful waterfalls.
We hadn't stopped there.
Okay. You've got to go. You got to stop there.
When am I going again?
I don't know, but you got to stop there. It is beautiful. I do have a video. I don't know if it'll play.
Oh, wow.
They might be able to hear that. I can hear it, but anyway, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is just, that was awesome. I'm a big fan of water. You know that. I like waterfalls, rivers, lakes, and everything. And so that was just really cool. So anyway, and then our first embargoed event.
Yes.
We were invited to go to Detroit for the Maverick reveal. and that was, and we actually, you guys did see the videos in August, like July 31st, but we actually recorded those on the 25th. So you can see that we did get to see Allie while we
Yeah.
were there and chatted with her for quite a while that night. In fact, we closed the restaurant down.
We did.
So
We were just like, guys.
and then we chatted in the lobby for a while too. And so it's just real fun always seeing all the people there. So she was there. We got a chance to meet up with her there.
Yeah.
And on the way back, I put that in there because not everybody
Yeah.
knows that you can get the Delta card.
Mine's in my car.
They're trading cards from Delta. And this one's kind of wrinkled it up.
So on TikTok, some of the pilots carry trading cards, but you can also get trading cards of the plane that you fly in.
Yes. So this is pretty cool. In fact, if you fly a Delta, when you go to get on, ask the stewardess, say, do you guys have a trading card? And they are like shocked that you know this, and they will go, yes. It's like the pilots want to give these out.
Like she was like,
but you have to ask.
Check with the cockpit. And so like I got to pop my head and go, do you guys have trading cards?
Yeah, and they were like excited to give them out. So it's pretty cool. So next time you fly Delta, which by the way, Delta flies like direct from Kansas City to Detroit.
Yeah.
Which is why we we flew Delta that time. Also Spirit does too. They used to anyway. Anyway, so we did that. So that was fun. Our first embargoed event.
Yeah.
But
now Alcione or Laura, we get to go to Colorado, but it's like 6 hours away for us. It's not too far.
It's okay. So what really worked out for us was that going to, for me, it was 3-hour chunks.
Yeah.
So it was like 3 hours to Hayes.
Yeah.
Or not Hayes. I mean to Colby.
Yeah.
And I would stop, like I left. So we're going to get into my fiasco of the trip going to Supercell, Colorado. But I didn't get left. I got left at 9. I got to Colby at noon. I had lunch there, gassed up there. And then about 3 hours where I need to gas up again. And that got me to Lyman.
Yep.
And then from there, it's 4 hours around.
Yeah.
So I did 2 hours to get to Colorado Springs.
We stopped in Colorado Springs for lunch.
Yeah. So it's about an 8-hour trip.
People in Kansas tend to go to Colorado for their vacations because it is scenic and gorgeous. Not what we have here.
Yep. In fact, we actually talked about doing a Christmas little long weekend right before Christmas this year. And I think
next year.
I think we're going to make that part of what we're going to do next year because we looked at where Christmas is like on a Thursday next year.
Yeah.
So we're thinking like the weekend before of doing something and going where there's snow.
Yeah.
Right?
I would like that. And my boys would.
Yeah. Anyway, but that was there you go. So but I guess it was a 9-hour trip. It was 3, 3, and 3.
Yeah.
So I guess it was only 3 from
So
Lyman
it's about 9 hours to Buena Vista.
Yeah.
To Colorado Springs, you're looking at 2 hours less.
Now you can do
Denver is 6 hours.
You can do it in less because William Cox did it in 8. But he passed us. He started after us and got there before us, but before me.
And if you have a Lebo driving you don't stop for anything.
Well, so I was pulling a camper. So I was going,
Yes.
I didn't go any faster than 75. So even in the 75-mile zone, which I'd normally go 80, I was going 75 because that's kind of what the tires are rated to. So
yeah. Anyways, onwards.
All right. After that, go back to this. We got back and we had a Maverick meetup.
Yes.
Right. That was fun. We had Brian came. He was here. And Ridgeview was here. We had Alan here. We had Ronald Smith was here. We had Quibido was here. I'm missing somebody else I can't think of. We're missing. I can see his face, but we had pretty good. Yeah, I mentioned Alan and his. They were here. Let's see who else. I don't know. Can't remember who else.
Oh, I'm seeing his face, but I can't think of the name.
He was from Ohio, right?
Yeah,
you know
and then we have Mark Meyer.
Yep.
They showed up for dinner.
They're from Junction, so it was fun. We have a couple pictures of that. So we did one of the days we had the member drive, or where you wanted to go and drive with us, and we drove and did the Mushroom Rock, and then we did this is Coronado Heights. So in fact, this picture here is from the top of
high school hangout around here.
Yeah. So anyway, we went one night because when the Northern Lights thing was going on.
Yeah.
and you could see it. So we went out there to see if we could see it, and somebody was blaring their music or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. As we left, I'm like, we were in the Bronco, and I said, we're gonna have some fun. I flipped on that front light, and I hit the little horse thing. It went off on him.
Okay, so you know how in the movies they have like the kissing lookout or those lookouts or whatnot, right? That's the local one.
Anyway, yeah, that's fun. All right, and then on
Maverick meetup scheduled for 2025, probably the first week of August. I think we really like that week.
yeah, we thought about late July, didn't we? But it interferes
Yeah.
with
Lead sled. So I think that first weekend of August was really a good sweet spot for us.
Yes, because we'll probably take vacation in July again.
Yeah.
So, and then our 3rd year anniversary of the live stream.
With the hacking.
Where we got hacked, and we did that live.
No one got to see my beautiful balloon display.
Yeah. Well, there it is. So that happened. So 3 years of a live stream going on. And then we also got invited to the Bronco Sports embargoed event at the Tennessee Off Rodeo. And this is the lodge that you get to stay in if you want to, which was a beautiful lodge. It was really nice. Anyway, so we went to that. I only have a couple pictures. Brian and Melissa were there. And they were some people that were driving the Broncos Sports. And so there's one of the new Bronco Sports. We got a chance to ride it. In fact, Melissa's Bronco Sport that she drove in for Rebel Rally, we actually drove.
Yes.
At this event. So it was black. It's black, by the way.
Where's the picture of the Niles takeover? That's why you were on vacation in July.
Oh.
Niles and I took over.
Yeah, I was just looking for pictures, so I don't know.
Well, I don't think we took pictures of that. I think we would have to screenshot the episode.
Yeah.
But then the week after that, I went on vacation, and you did the or like 2 weeks after. Yeah. He did it with you.
But one of the things we've realized within the last year is that like what you're seeing in the next 2 weeks is that we don't feel like we have to do a live stream every week for you guys. So
and there was later that
there was a lot there was a lot of times where we like I would plan my events around the live stream. Mm-hmm. Like I would not take vacation until Wednesday for that reason. Going to Tennessee Off Rodeo, we would probably go early. Well, actually we can't because your mom can't get more than 3 days. But like this year, we're going to try to go on and start heading that way. Well, last couple of times we started heading on Tuesday night and it didn't work out because that was the night you did the Niles takeover.
Yeah.
You and Niles were on that night when we went to Supercell.
Yes. That's what it was. You guys went to Supercell and Niles and I took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we learned, but now that we have the camper, we know there's a lot of campsites along the way that we can stay at. And so we probably would go in the evening, but we wouldn't do a live stream. So we'll probably see more of that where we won't feel like we have this necessity to do it every week. We'll just deliver the scheduling stuff and all that for you guys in separate videos or whatever. But anyway, and then I added the skid plates before going to Supercell, Colorado. I added these here. I did have a fiasco with one of them, and the shock got moved on me while I was installing one of them because the bolt wouldn't come out. So I thought I wasn't going to get to go, but our great service department took care of me and got it going. And you can see, so I installed these here. These I installed myself. The other ones I started to, and the dealership finished for me. But and then Supercell, we had some fun. Brian and Melissa, the first day, you'll see a couple of our customers right there and the right two Broncos. So Mike and Maya was there, and their Bronco Heritage Edition. We also have a Heather and William and their Bronco there, the 2-door there with the stripes on it. There, it's not a Seahawk fan, by the way, right there. And then the Raptor that went along, the Ranger Raptor there, that is War Pony.
Yes.
Her husband.
Oh,
that's it. That
Amanda.
Was yes, Amanda's husband was driving that while they were out doing some training, and then my Bronco's there on the left. So, and Allie went with us. She rode with me on that trip up there, and that was a lot of fun.
I think
I'd do that trip.
I think we're gonna plan to go for a day or two. Maybe not do off-roading, but at least go so we can hang out in the evenings.
This is Cross Mountain, and it was just a great trail. It was a really fun trail. There's one point where I was going, I'm like, I'm going to go until I need my locker. Yeah. And then I engaged it. And then there's one point where I had my rear locker on, but I wasn't going anywhere because I didn't adjust my suspension.
Oh.
It was still set at like 6 or 8 or whatever, so it wasn't. I didn't have the articulation and everything, and I'm like, oh, that's why. So then I stopped, and on the way down, I adjusted it, and it did so much better. And then, of course, Brian and Melissa had their booth up for performance and their Bronco Sport and stuff there. Let's see. Is that the last photo? Oh, no. I don't know. Oh, there we go. And then Henry, can't forget this. Henry and his wife went with us.
Oh, I like that shot.
Oh, this is the backside of Cumberland Pass. This is the shortcuts, not on the trail map. There is no, it's not necessarily a trail. It's a side-by-side trail. In fact, we came through there and the guy's like, that's private property. I said, no, we stayed on public property. We know where it was. There's private property down there. I knew where it was because Brian had told me all about it and where to go. And
see, that's the thing is Brian's been in those mountains for 40 years. So
we let him know. It's like, oh yeah, you mean that house down there? We went the way, so we did not go by that. And the house says that it says it's private property, stay on trail. So we stayed on the trail. That's pretty easy. Follow these instructions. Yes. Anyway, so we had a fun, but coming back on that back side of that, this view you do not see. If you come up the original Cumberland Pass with the switchbacks, you cannot see this. It's on the other side of the hill where this trail is, and it is just beautiful. And the only thing we saw over there was side-by-sides. We were like the only Broncos over there or Jeeps.
Well, I'm guessing most people don't realize it because it's a side-by-side.
And a lot of locals know about it, but where to go and everything.
Yeah.
But we did actually, there was a spot in there where we did get lost because the trails did kind of like go in different directions. We're like, okay, he told us to go this way until it comes back. So we did get a little lost, but thankfully Henry had an app that it had all the trails in there without having to have internet connection because we didn't have it there. So, which is why Onyx is really important. And some of those or Gaia
knowing
and having those apps downloaded already so that you can see that on your map if you need to do that. But yeah, so that was a blast. We got to top. So Cumberland Pass.
Henry said you guys saw moose.
Yes, we saw moose on the way down. I didn't get I don't have the image of that. I don't know what happened to that. We did see moose on the way down, and then Barb and I saw moose Saturday when we went out. Because so there's Derek Stidham with us, and if you look closely, Henry, where's it at? Maybe he's standing in front of it. My sticker's somewhere on that sign.
Oh, I love that.
So anyway, so if you go up to Cumberland Pass, look for the Ford Video Guy sticker. It's on there with my Bronco. So I had a lot of fun there. So Henry can tell you what app we used. His was already on an iPad, so you buy the iPad and everything. And then we did Slaughterhouse and Gulch this is what we did with Henry and them one other day. So Henry, I think we did Slaughterhouse Gulch and we did up to Cumberland Pass. We had a lot of fun that day. That was a blast. But then we did this and your mom's driving here. See if that video plays. It's not going to play. I'm wondering, some of these videos I uploaded for Instagram, so I'm wondering if I grabbed the wrong ones. Oh, that one's going to play. So there you go. She's driving through that water. So several little water spots here, but Slaughterhouse Gulch was a lot of fun. And you can take it from Taylor Park Outpost. You can take that around, and that'll take you back to the Tin Cup. So you can go that route. So that was a lot of fun. And you can see a little Christmas tree. I don't know if you see. Is that the one?
Yeah.
There's an ornament. Is there a little tree there? But somebody put an ornament on there. That's kind of fun. And then there you go. And there's us before we're leaving. So Barbara was able to show it when we picked her up on Friday.
Yes.
I spent most of Friday trying to get her from the airport because there was a lot of fiasco out of Salina. And then we went out off-roading on Saturday morning so that she could do some get behind the wheel for a little bit. So anyway.
Well, maybe this year we'll drive down with her.
And then we won an award for the Bronco Off-Rodeo. I joked with Henry. I said, I'm going to win something. I always win. I got a little thing from Wisconsin that I won. I said, I'm going to win something. And I was just messing with him. I really didn't think I was going to win. But sure enough, I did. I won the
Bronco
Off-Rodeo, which I think he's in here. Chris is in here, and we're going to do that in March. And we're going to go to Texas. So that'll be a lot of fun there, too. So, but yeah, Henry, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. What we did in off-rodeo I'm going to take this off for a little bit because I want to talk about this. But what we did in Bronco, when we did in Colorado, instead of going with all these groups with these large numbers, we just kind of went off on our own. I got with Brian. I said, hey, let's go do something. So like Brian took us out, and there was only like 6 of us on one day, and then he said, hey, here's where you should go. And so Henry and I. It was actually just Henry and I that day, and Derek Stitham rode with me, and we took off and we did some fun stuff. Slaughterhouse Gulch. We did that trail up Cumberland Pass. That's not on the map. We did that as well, and we just had a lot of fun on our own, just the 2 of us. And then Barbara and I just went out that one day on Saturday morning, but we did a lot of that small groups, and everything else, and so it was a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that when we go to Texas, that we're doing off-roading on Friday, that on Saturday I'd like to hopefully get a group from Texas, small group, that we can do some off-roading down in Texas on Saturday. Anyway, so there you go. All right, moving on. After that, we also had to get back to work. Expedition event.
Yes.
That was really early. So you guys didn't see the videos until like what was it? It was like, seemed like it was like the 15th. I don't know. It was a long time before we could release the video.
Right. Because
we had it for a long time.
During the state fair.
Yeah.
We couldn't release until then.
We couldn't release anything until then, but we did hit the expedition event. That was actually, we went to that on the 19th of September. So we had to hold like for 2 weeks.
Did you miss Bronco Sport?
We went over that.
Okay.
Bronco Sport. Yeah, we did that. We talked about that because I had the Bronco on there.
Yeah.
I only had 2 images. But we did that. So we got to see the new Tremor and there and everything and all those. So that was pretty fun there as well. So there was the 3rd embargoed event we went to, which is pretty cool. And then the 23rd of September is when I actually wrote my first blog.
Yes.
Which hopefully we'll see more of that this year. So that's kind of one of the goals for this year. We'll talk about goals here in just a little bit. And then in October, really the only thing I had going on in October is I went to Digital Dealer in Vegas. And the funnest part of Digital Dealer was seeing the implosion. So there's...
I went to a conference and the best part of it was seeing the implosion.
It was. But that's the Tropicana. And and then I stayed, you could see, that's one of the towers right there. I hope this plays. Oh, it does. And there is the towers going down, actually there's the light show, and they did a drone show and everything. And then they count it down. So my room is just to my left there. And so I think this is a video where it's going down.
Yeah.
I think it does eventually. You can't hear it, but you can hear the charges go off. Boom, boom, boom. There's 2 towers. There's one on the left that you can't see, and you hear those go down. And then there you go. You can see that light up. And then all of a sudden you just hear them on this one as well. And then it just falls. It's crazy. There it goes. But look at that dust. That thing fell, and we all just took off, got to our rooms, and that's what it looked like outside of our room because that dust just came through. And if you actually are a member, I did a video because the smoke alarm was going off, because the way our hotel worked, it wasn't like it was in a door inside rooms like a normal hotel. It was like a suites and everything else. So the hallways actually where you could feel everything, so you could see everything, so that so that way the smoke could come down into that open area and come through the hallways and set all the smoke alarms off
right
for quite a while. So if you watch my member video, I actually talked about that. And then I don't know, do I have any other images of that? I do, just that one there. But there's the next morning, you can see that stuff's coated on all the cars and everything else is crazy.
And they were handing out masks.
Yes. So I was walking, actually I didn't think about this because I didn't even know this was going to happen. The day I arrived, they're like, you know about the implosion, right? And it's like, no. The Tropicana next door is imploding. Oh, really? And this happened at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
2 a.m. And a smoke alarm's going off, and there's a fireworks show outside. You can hear all these things going off.
they should have done it like 3 or 4 a.m. or something like that, when less drunk people are going to be on the streets.
Anyway, but no, it
You
was
probably
great.
did
It was
some
crazy.
morning beforehand though.
It was crazy. But then, so I didn't know about it. But then I walked out, and the people, the crews out there from the hotel cleaning the vehicles off and everything. And I'm walking through, and they're like, "Do you want a mask?" I said, "Sure." And he gave me a mask, which was really nice. So it was really friendly. So I'd stay at this place again, Desert Rose. In fact, we might be staying there. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. All right. Then we had our trip to SEMA.
Yes.
We drove to the Kansas City airport. I knew I was going to SEMA, and we were following that up with going to Electrified Expo to Austin. So I said, I'm going to purchase Blue Cruise. And as you can see, it's raining.
It didn't work.
And my Blue Cruise didn't work because it was raining. That was awesome.
So we got a shot.
So there's my frustration of having to actually hold on to the steering wheel when you're purchasing Blue Cruise and paying for it, paying $50 for 1 month. And this is what I don't have to do. So there you go. Anyway, there's that. But we did get a stop at a Tesla charger there and record that. And there was another mach-e there charging.
Yeah.
But so we did a video there. And so we both were charging, of course, on Tesla chargers, which is pretty fun. I think I got there we go.
Yep. There's the two extremes. Unhappy, but happy.
Yes. So this was on the way back.
Yes.
We stopped on the way back just for a little quick top off. We did a full charge, but anyway, I don't know. One of them was, I don't know, not sure. I don't know if the timeline was right there or not, because I think actually, no, we went up in the evening and came back during the day. So yeah, that must have been on the way back. I don't know why we needed to stop, but we stopped anyway.
So you could record the video.
Maybe that was it. That's true. This is the video I recorded using the adapter.
Yes.
Oh, so there you go. There's that. So this in here must have been at another time then, because we did that first. Anyway, all right. But because I think we did this at a different time before SEMA.
Yeah.
So anyway, but there you go. We did record that video this year too.
Pictures in.
Yes.
Yes.
So at SEMA, we saw the Bronco Wild Fund. So Sarah has some pictures there.
And the Bronco Sport Wild Fund.
Bronco Sport Wild Fund.
And we saw some people.
Brian and Melissa. And we're just chatting away, talking about things.
Well, I'm taking pictures.
What? She's taking pictures?
Gotta get a group photo.
How many of these pictures did you put in there? Oh, yeah. We saw Mystachrome.
So that's funny. We saw the Mystachrome and we're like, hey, look what we saw. And they're like, yeah, we got one here.
Yeah,
it arrived the same day that we saw this one.
Same day we were there.
And then they're like, they have it blocked off and roped off. And we're like, I got to touch one of these yesterday, right?
Yeah, they got it roped off in the showroom and they had it roped off in here when it was dirty. And I'm like, I touched one yesterday. So I'm like, whatever. But I will tell you this, the paint job that they do on this, you can't tell that the vehicle is black to start with.
No.
I mean, everything. I mean, normally
every panel is taken
normally
off.
You can tell if it's been painted or whatever, and you cannot tell on this.
No, because they deconstructed the vehicle.
Yeah, they did now you know why it's $20,000. And we saw some small trucks. Oh, wait.
Some trucks that make me small.
Some huge trucks. I think there's another one. Didn't you have another one? Oh, no, that's okay. That's Electrified Expo. So,
yeah.
But anyway, we had SEMA was fast. We did, we realized when we did Chicago as well as at SEMA, when we do the whole booth, those videos do real well for us. And so we'll continue, if we go to these shows, we'll continue to do that to show you the entire booth. And then if we're going to do some individual videos, you'll know, hey, here's kind of what's there, but we're also going to do individual videos on these. But that's kind of what that seemed to work for us. And we noticed at SEMA it did. So anyway, because we did 2 shorter videos and neither one of them did that well, but the longer one we did on the whole booth did well.
Yeah.
So that's that. But we also saw Dave and Kelly there, Mark and Jess, and a lot of other people that we've seen and that I see on Instagram and everything was there. A lot of people got mad that I touched Broncos. I did a video on all the Broncos that we did see, and we had more than one people that said, don't touch somebody else's vehicle. It's
a show vehicle. They expect that they're going to be touched.
I'm like, I don't think you understand. This isn't a car show. It's a SEMA, like, here, look and see what I did to my vehicle. I mean, and I I hurt anybody's vehicle either.
So, and there's a difference between swiping your hand against a dirty vehicle and touching a perfectly pristine, cleaned vehicle. Like, tap,
Like, I was showing like, oh, here's
Yeah.
this, and I would touch it,
Well,
or not even touch it, but it
yeah.
made it look like I touched it.
And here's the other thing: those vehicles are pristinely clean.
Yeah.
They have no dust on them. They're completely clean because these people are sitting
Yeah.
there wiping them down 24/7 while they sit there.
But wow.
I've gotten that
Uh-oh.
comment before out here because I'll do it a short, and they're like, "Don't touch people's vehicles," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, this is a lot vehicle. This is on our lot." So no, and I'm not scrubbing it. I'm not doing anything that's going to damage the vehicle. I know what I'm doing.
Well, but we also are employees that we drive the vehicles. We
I'm on
picture the vehicles.
Yeah.
We
Well,
touch the
that
vehicles.
was a short. That's a little bit different because people don't see the background that we are from a dealership.
Yeah.
And so they're like, don't touch people's vehicles.
I don't know.
We're a dealership, dude.
I don't know.
I touch every vehicle out here.
I understand it's
Yes.
your baby and everything, but
feather dusters and wireless car wash every 5 minutes.
Cars are durable. They'll be all right.
Yes.
Okay. Then Jeff and I went down to Electrified Expo. We had some fun. We did see that. Actually, we saw this at the Chicago Auto Show as well, but we got a chance to get a little closer. Chicago Auto Show, I think they had it kind of roped off. But actually, this wasn't the Chicago Auto Show. The one I was thinking of was the RTR one. But this in here, this was here at Electrified Expo. It just had come from the going up Pikes Peak. So that is the one that raced up Pikes Peak, and it was just incredible. I did a video on this as well, and I think for our channel, so you can check that out. But we had a lot of fun. Charged a lot. I think we charged 4 times on the way there, 4 times on the way back. Francis Energy was this in here where I stopped and charged. I took a picture of that. Not sure why I took a picture of that, but this is where actually I had my key in my pocket and I locked it up. Jeff stayed inside and I went to the bathroom. And when I came back, he said the horns were going off. And I'm like, so when you guys talk about the perimeter alarm, yes, when you lock it up and leave with the key and nobody else with the key is inside the vehicle, if someone moves inside of it, it will set the alarm off. And that sometimes I use that in my videos. And this is how that happened is right there. So, and then of course, the only other event we've really gone on in December, that was probably it for November, was Nija was here. Nija Kennedy. If you don't know who that is, try to zoom this in. Just, oh, nope, not that much. Okay, won't go that zoomed in. But Nija Kennedy is the #1 pitcher in NCAA, is ranked #1, also #1 softball player in the NCAA. And she is actually also the only female NCAA athlete, woman athlete, to have a 7-figure NIL contracts and NIL money, including us. We're included in that because she's an NIL athlete for us. So she drives a Bronco Sport, by the way, and she was playing at Stanford and now is playing at Texas A&M. So there you go. So she is pretty cool. And by the way, I guess I must be 6 feet because she said she's 6 feet tall. We're about the same type. So
she looks like she's leaning a little there.
She is a little bit.
Her knees are
so am
straight.
I. Anyway, so there's that. So that is our year in review. And that took about an hour. I wondered if it would. What's in this cup? So yeah, that was that's 2024. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, going through that was a lot of fun to go, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
And there's so many pictures I didn't include that was just looking at over on vacation. And so thinking back to 2024, just to kind of wrap it up for 24. We'll talk about 25 in a second. What was your favorite? Can you think of like your favorite thing? Whether it be personal vacation, whether it be whatever.
I'm going to do 2, one personal, one work. My favorite part of 24 was our vacation to Buena Vista because we went there in 23, you and me, for Bronco Supercell. So I finally got to share this beautiful spot that we found with them, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because we got to take the dogs and the kids, and we got to just relax and have fun, and go rock climbing.
Yep.
It was just a lot of fun. But for work, I'd have to say the New Hampshire off rodeo.
That was all fun. Hanging out with
Ridgeview and Annie and Aurora.
And going off road. And it's always a good time when you're in the seat of a Bronco on some trails. I'll tell you that.
I drove most of one of them.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
We drove quite a bit.
yeah.
But
it was a lot of fun.
I've gotten to that where like there for a while, like I really wanted to be driving all the time. Like when we went, which my favorite was going to Buena Vista with your mom and I, and just it's quiet. We had our own. We went at our own pace. We didn't have deadlines. Like when you go to Supercell, hey, this trail ride starts at this time, and you got to be there, and you got to do this, and and having that time. We just got up. I mean, there's a lot of mornings we were up before the sunrise because we had to go to the bathroom. There's no bathroom in that camper, so we go to the bathroom and come back, and we don't go back to sleep. But then we'll just we'll go ahead and brew the coffee and get the coffee going, and then we'll have breakfast, and then we're like, okay, let's go get ready, and we'll take our time and get ready, and then get on a trail. And most of the trails we went to, they weren't an all-day trail. Like there's some days we were getting back at 5, but that wasn't. I mean, then we'd hit back, we get back to town and go and find a restaurant, and like we don't. Well, that's your mom's big thing is I'm not going on vacation to make food. So we ate a lot of dinners out, which was great. And by the way, Salina, Colorado, there's a pizza place there that makes gluten-free pizza that is very, very good. Quite possibly the best.
I'm gonna have to try it because I gotta say
I can't remember the name.
There was a pizza place.
Blake's the one that told us about it.
Yeah, there was a pizza place in Estes Park that I have not found a pizza that has beat that yet.
Well, gluten-free pizza is different. Let's say this. I'm not gluten-free, but Barb is. I ate the pizza. We shared it. So we got a full pizza that we shared.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was good. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I think a highlight was getting invited to the embargoed events.
Yes.
Finally. I mean, that was kind of a highlight in a sense. I like some of the things and thinking about goals for 24 and things that we did and we started doing in 24. Doing the Maverick Monday videos series has been a lot of fun. And it's really, I think, helped our channel quite a bit too. But also going to the events and learning that doing the smaller for our channel, people like my thoroughness of covering something and what I cover. Like when we did the Maverick embargoed event, nobody else, I don't feel like really covered it like we did because we knew that our intention was that video was going to come out when the order guides opened up. So with that intention, we went there knowing that and knowing that the way we wanted to cover it was going over the full, hey, here's the colors. We see those right here and talking. So we did that with that in mind and nobody else really did that in that way.
We also do that on our regular videos. No one else is really going in depth into these vehicles. They might go, hey, have you seen this? Here's these cool features on it. But they don't go over every single feature.
Which we did learn. We were learning, being new to the media, that a lot of times, like Expedition, we learned in Bronco Sport, you don't get much time.
No.
You have to do your content on this. And this is why, because for media, they give them the information, brief information on the new stuff and everything else. And then the media covers that, but they don't like get specific into, okay, now you're saying this is available for this. How is it available? Because we don't want to
know to ask those questions and really say, okay, no, we need to know this information.
Yeah.
I think the other media, like we've given crap about it because they're like, oh, it's available. And they'll kind of just be blunt about it, just overhang it.
New for 25.
It's just because that's how it's presented to them.
Well, like the trailer tow features. I think a lot of people, because a lot of media talked about, hey, this is a new feature for 25, is you're going to get the Pro Trailer Backup Assist and Hitch Assist. But then I wanted to make sure everybody knew that is not at the launch. If you get an early order, it will not have those things. And I wanted to make sure that I told people, this is not going to have it. Don't expect it. And there are people like, well, it better because I've been told it has it. It's not listed anywhere. So if you can look at it, if you look on the Build and Price on Ford's website, they were not listed. But people assumed it was going to have it because they told media about it. I mean, they wanted to get the word out there. But that's one frustration I have with Ford sometimes.
The media weren't like digging into it and questioning when it was going to be available. They were just like, oh, it's available, so let's put it in there and just spread it. So I think having a source that's going to ask those questions and really dig deep into the when and how and why
Mm-hmm.
is what the media needs.
Yeah. And I mean, and I will say this, we are Ford focused on ours. So it's it's easier for us to really know these vehicles better than any of the other journalists
And
because
know the Ford brand
right.
and how they roll and do things.
Yes. So I can't really fault any of the media
No.
because they're covering all these models and there is no way I couldn't do it.
Kind of like I was saying,
I couldn't do what
you
they
can't
do.
really fault them because they are presenting it exactly how it was presented to them.
Yes, yes. I mean, well, I mean, like if we were to go to an event on Nissan or something, there's no way that I could do what I do on the Ford stuff because I don't know it like that. And for some of these journalists, some of them are very, there's some really good ones, you know, all Dave and Kelly and them, and Tim Estradal and them. They are really good, and they learn their trucks, but like even them, they're geared towards trucks and SUVs.
Yes.
At one time, it was just trucks, and so knowing that it's difficult to know them that well. Like even I think they went to an event. They were doing a live stream. Dave and Tim was doing a live stream right after, like, I think it was Ranger or something, talking about Ranger. And I knew information because I had the order guide that they had gotten just a basic information from the embargoed event that, of course, I didn't get to go to.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, being able to throw things out there. And he's like, well, we don't really know that. I'm like, no, I know that because that's how well I know this product.
Yes.
I know these products.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people watch our channel. So that getting the word out on that is what's really, you know, I don't know, we're trying to get to. And I think too, now they're allowing for some dealers to do that. TC Customs. Although I did see what I think TC Customs was invited to the Maverick event that they went to, but they did not go to the other two.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were invited and didn't go, but we keep it bugging them. Now there's some brand managers we get real close with. The Maverick brand manager, he gives us information because he knows that we can help. Because Ford, a lot of these brand managers, they're in the different forums. They're watching. When you tag at Ford, they see those. They are watching. They are paying attention. But because of Ford legal, they can't say things. They can't reply and they can't help you.
Yes.
Which I really hate. They have a customer support for that or whatever.
And customer support's not in there.
And some of the brand managers, it is frustrating for them. I know some of them, and it is frustrating for them. And I'm like,
they see their customers unhappy and they want to help, but they're in a bind.
Yeah, we do have one, the Maverick, that really leans on us and knows that we'll get the word out. But the other ones don't get it. And we're trying to tell them, just help us. Tell us what you need, what we can do and can say, and we will help you get the word to them.
Yeah.
Since you can't. But anyway, but hopefully that changes. And anyway, all right. So what else do we do? Of course, embargoed event. I started doing the
Maverick Mondays.
The Maverick Mondays. Also started doing writing articles. So our website. Stay tuned to that. And then 2025, thinking about goals and different things like that. You want to talk about what you're going to do in 2025?
Yeah, I am going to start hosting my own podcast featured around women in automotive and how they got there. I got this idea. We were and I've always wondered this when I'm looking at job professions. We were at SEMA and I saw the photographer out on the track with the vehicles. I'm like, how did he get there? How did he get that job of taking those close-up pictures and being allowed to be that close to those vehicles and taking that? How did he get there? And I'm like, well, this would be cool. I want to interview women in automotive. What's their story? How did they get there? What credentials did they need? Did they go to college? Is there original history in automotive? Do they have family in automotive? How did they get to where they are today? So in January, I'm going to start releasing episodes. I'm getting a good lineup of interviews with some wonderful women in our automotive.
So I won't be on those podcasts.
No, you won't. It'll be me.
So yes. So, and I think you'll have that on Spotify.
Yes.
At some point.
The name will be All Women Driven. Acronym is AWD, All Wheel Drive.
All Women Driven.
Yes, and we are driving women's stories forward.
There you go. And you're going to record these like we are on StreamYard.
Yes,
So will you be having a channel with the video format of it?
I will be.
Okay. So you'll be recording it as a video.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll put those on your YouTube channel
Yes.
that you're going to make.
Yep.
And then they'll also be on a podcast.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
probably go live about the same. They're going to both be recorded, not live.
Yes, they will be recorded. I will not be going live. Maybe one day I'll do like a live record or one live here or there as we get further into it with like a special guest or something. But for the most part, it'll be recorded.
So the channel will probably name that too at some point. But so be looking for that come 2025. So that ought to be fun. So
I think I already have my first interview lined up for the next week or two.
We have some women here at the dealership that I know you're gonna
Yes,
have a couple
I want to get them
in
peppered in here at the beginning to pay homage to the start of my career and then move forward through that. So yeah,
at some point you should do an actual video telling your story.
Right.
I was thinking about that. You almost should make that. I wonder if you should make that your first episode.
I thought about that. But I kind of want to get into the stories first, get a few in, and then do mine. It's kind of hard if you don't have a co-host to kind of bounce questions off of and continue through it.
That's how I get into one of the episodes, is I can interview
there
her.
We go. Yep, you can be my special guest that week and you interview
I'll
me.
watch a couple episodes to see what all you ask, and then I'll interview you.
There we go.
Anyway. But that'll be fun. So so you're gonna launch that, and I think your plan is not to necessarily have a certain set schedule.
No.
Do a couple, every other week or so.
Yeah.
So not a weekly thing.
My goal is every 2 weeks to have one out, so a month.
Give you time to get the recorded.
Do a slow start.
Yeah.
See how I'm doing.
And that's good. And that's the thing about, I think, getting a routine is important, and so especially if you record it ahead of time. Mom
could be my co-host that week. Have Mom interview me.
Yeah, there you go.
But that kind of brings us into the, if we don't have a week where you're gone or I'm gone, we don't have to do a live stream. You could plug in our video or my video or something and do that. Because I see other podcasts do that. They'll bring in a featured podcast one week.
Yep. Maverick Monday will continue.
My kids could interview me.
I don't know about that. Moving forward, we'll continue with Maverick Mondays. But we really might. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Trickle and see if we can add in some others. I did look. I think I got an email from YouTube, and they always run up from December through December, or starting in December of the previous year through November. And so I got an email about our numbers, and it was kind of fun. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So we had this year 5,466 new subscribers to the channel. We had 3.3 million views of our videos. We had 312 uploads. So figure that out. That's an average of 6 a week.
Okay. Wow.
Yes. Not that we didn't. Normally my goal is usually 5, Monday through Friday, right? But that also, the member videos count, because we do a member live.
Yeah.
That counts, as well as the other. Now, I don't know if shorts count as an upload on that. If that's included, but 49.5 thousand likes. So every like counts. So smash that like button. Shares, 12.6 thousand people shared our video. Probably most of those from me.
Or me, because I shared it into Maverick Truck Club.
On social media, I need to hit the share like every time. Like, here, I'm going to share it now to go to Twitter. I'm going to share it now for Threads. I'm going to share it now for anyway. And then 4,500 comments. So, and it does say our most watched video is the how to find the jack and lower your F-150. What's funny is that video was not new this year.
Right.
Before last year, it was the 7 things your salesperson didn't tell you about your expedition.
Yeah.
That one.
What's the top short?
It's the Bronco Sport Badlands Dash that I did. You know how last year it was the stitching.
Yeah.
people were talking about that, so I did that. And then our number one live stream was episode 133, the 25 Ford Maverick changes needed or something. It says need. So
Yep.
anyway,
Maverick's a huge hit for us.
so but yeah, there you go. But so that's kind of the updates there. So anyway, trying to get to so when you get to 100,000 subscribers, then you get that platinum, you get that YouTube button. I really want that. But
20,000.
at 5,000 a year, it's going to take 6 more years. So, got to tell people about our channel. Get them to subscribe.
We need 20,000.
No, we need 30. We need over 30,000. At 5,000 a year, it takes 6 years.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway, and you know what's going to happen by the time we get there? They're going to have done away with the button. They're going to not give it away. No, you got to get to a million now.
300,000, right? Subscribers.
No, you have to have 100,000.
100,000.
And we're at 7.
Oh, and
we're
we're
almost
68.
at 70. Yeah. Anyway,
share us.
So
tell people to subscribe to us, even if they don't really want to watch us.
For several years, we were doubling. Like the year the Maverick came out, we doubled from 15 to 30. 30, right when Maverick came out, was around 30,000.
Yeah.
So we've only gone up about 30,000 since Mavericks in the last couple of years. So it's kind of like trickled down. It's not gaining as much. So anyway, so yeah, so we'll see. But I was bringing that up because it's 6 days a week. So we'll continue with the Maverick Monday, live stream on Tuesday, Wednesday scheduling, video, of course, member lives on Friday, member lot walks on Saturday, and then on Thursday, we'll try to throw something in, some model. I don't know if we'll do a Super Duty or something on Thursday, but and of course, 2 of those videos are for members only. So I probably will want to do something, but we'll see. We might do a Super Duty Saturday or something like that. But Super Duty is something there's a lot of things that you can learn about Super Duties, a lot of different things. That is something I probably could do. I would really need to really get in with one of the things that helps me with Maverick is I have a brand manager that really is passionate about the product and lets me know things and watches our videos and says, hey, that was a great, video you did on Monday. Here are some things, that, whatever. And then I'll tweak it the next week and add to it. And it's because that brand manager watches that and is able to do that. I don't have that with the other brand managers.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it a little bit more difficult. So
goal for 2025, more clickbaity video titles.
That is a struggle is how should I title these videos? Because I think that would help. And I think the other thing we're going to try to do this year is get our pictures, or at least my picture, in the video. So I think if you put a thumbnail out there and they all have Bronco Sports on them from different journalists, but if I'm in the video, they know that's Tim's video. Hey, that's Ford Video Guy's video. So they might be more likely to look at that one. So
I like this. Ford won't let us sell their most popular compact truck.
All right, we need to email each other. So every time I come up with a topic, I just need to shoot it by you.
So here,
AI kind of helps with some of it, but some of them I'm like.
So he actually said, ooh, new plan. Order MAV Lariat hybrid from McArthur, but drop ship to Hawaii. Hear me out. I'll finance through McArthur, but then use the $1,000 to fly Tim or Sarah out to Hawaii to deliver.
There you go.
That's the same guy.
Yeah.
He says, anyway, gear off. We'll just DM Ridgeview and bother them for an evening. Yeah.
Well, one of the times, like a lot of times, like some of those we can record them ahead of time and they become what they call premiere videos. So when they go live, you can watch it at the same time and there's still a chat there for you guys to chat. And that's why sometimes we'll do that and not be there, but you have Ridgeview and you have others in there chatting away, and we might pop in if we can, but if we're flying or somewhere else, then we can't. Then it's okay. You guys, the community still. That's what I found. That's something that I think that you guys have created as a community, and that we've just been a vessel for that community, for you guys to come together and chat and talk to each other each week. And I don't actually
made friends. Like
I don't actually look in the chat a lot while I'm doing the live stream because I'm trying to keep on topic and keep moving, and I'm a slow reader, so it doesn't help.
We're talking about quesadillas with Practicon.
But you guys have created such a community, and I say you guys because this channel might have been the vessel, but you guys have really generated that, and that's what I love about the members and about this every week. And that one of the reasons I like doing the Tuesday night live stream is because of the community in here.
Yeah.
Here we are, 10 o'clock Central Time Zone, and we've been on for 3 hours now, right? And we've been talking. I still haven't talked about what events we're thinking about going to for 25.
I know. Douglas says we need to find another huge YouTube channel to collaborate with, so become known by a million new people. Lebo had actually mentioned that we should, like, if we have Von Gitten or we have a special person coming in, request that we get to record a video with them, or see if we can do a call-in with one of them for our live stream. So like Von Gitten Jr., Jack Rouse Jr., you know, some of our partners, see if we can do a live stream interview with them.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's keep going.
All right. So coming up January, I wasn't really thinking about this until somebody popped in on social media and said that they're going to CES. And I'm like, I want to go to CES. That's pretty cool. And of course, Jeff's into all things tech. And he's like, yeah. I said, do you want to go to CES? He goes, yes. So I'm trying to get media access. He already has it. I don't know. What's funny, because I went to go apply for media access, and I used the same credentials for his. He got approved the next day, and I'm still fighting to get approved. They're like, oh, we need a different shot. That one doesn't work. We need this. And then and I'm like, you already approved
my cameraman,
the camera guy already. You're not approving me. And they're like, yeah, we just need to know that it's your channel. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, so I've given them screenshots of the back end that shows my email address tied to the YouTube channel, which actually I need to hide.
But they'll approve the camera guy like no freaking problem.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm just a camera guy for Law McArthur. How about that? We just need 2 camera guys, and we don't have a host going. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I cannot get approved. I haven't checked lately, but twice today I've been trying to. I've replied and have added other credentials, and yeah, I still haven't been approved. So it's hilarious. But it's gonna be in Vegas, so hopefully we're gonna go. And it's media gets access on Sunday and Monday, and then the show starts Tuesday. But I did see there's some special media sessions that are later in the week. I'd like to go to, but I'm not gonna stay till Thursday. So anyway, so we might be going to that and coming back. And so I don't know if we'll have a live stream that week, but that would be the first week back though. So we're gonna have to do that. But anyway, so we'll figure that out. So the thought was going down either Saturday night or Sunday morning, and then going to doing that Sunday, Monday, and flying back Monday night, so that I could be back to work Tuesday. So anyway, so we'll see. But then also maybe the Detroit Auto Show. I know that our general manager wants to go to that really badly. So so anyway, NEDA. It was funny. So our Michael asked, he says, hey, can you get media to NADA? I'm like, well, NADA doesn't do media access. And he goes, oh, okay. He really, because I got him into media on Detroit, and he really liked the smaller crowds. And so he was like, can I get into media on this and that event? I'm like, no, that's not how that works. But I'd like to go. He said, well, do you want to go? I said, yeah, I want to go. I actually enjoyed NADA. I actually went to the classes, not just the sessions. But it's in New Orleans this year, and I've never been to New Orleans.
Oh,
so that might be kind of fun.
New Orleans.
So yeah. Anyway, there's that. King of Hammers. I don't know. I can maybe get media access to King of Hammers.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of fun. Interview some of the drivers. And Chicago Auto Show, I probably won't go to. And then I actually have dates in here when your mom's out of school, because I could be off-road times.
There you go.
So she's got they're out of school. Like there's a Friday and Mondays. There's 2 Friday to Mondays that she's off. One in January and one in February.
Because you know how the union got the factory workers more time off? Yeah, the schools did that too. More time off for teachers.
They lengthened each day.
Yeah.
By lengthening each day for like 10 or 15 minutes, they actually got more days off.
Yeah.
Because of it. So yeah, so there's sometimes either in February or January we might do. I'm hoping in January that it's early enough that we could maybe go to Moab. Mm-hmm. If not, then maybe in February. Actually, February lies right at the end of King of Hammers, so that might not happen. But so not a lot of trips planned, in February. But March is off rodeo, so we're gonna go do that with Chris. He's in the chat, I think. So really, I'm looking forward to that. So we're gonna go. Going to do a lot of film. I probably won't do much driving, so I'm going to try to do some filming. And I said, I want to be able to film on the trail and everything. It says, well, as long as you're not, I said, trust me, I've done this at a lot of off-road events. I will not be in your way. I will not slow anybody down, and I will not be in the way.
Yeah,
I've done this. Yeah, I'm a pro. I tried to tell them that I'm like, I'm pro at this. I'm like, I've done this a lot. We did it at the one in New Hampshire. I got out a lot and did some videos, and I will not slow anybody down.
And we did it when we were in Colorado with Bronco Supercell. Like,
oh yeah,
it's super easy. You get out a few cars before you get up there, and then make sure you're not the last car in line. Or if you are, make sure that you're right beside them when they stop.
Well, I've done Bronco off-rodeo a couple times for dealer, where it's half day. This is a half day event, and I really haven't really felt like the video I really got what I wanted to get out of the video. So I'm really hoping this one here that I really show what it's like, and then also, interview them as well. So it'll be a lot of that. So hopefully it'll be a good time to do that. New York Auto Show, I'm probably not going to go because a week after that is Supercell Tennessee, which we are planning to go. Barb Orsi has that time off. So we'll be at Bronco Supercell Tennessee, whoever's going to be there. So we'll do that. And we'll probably, again, we want to get some smaller groups like we did in Colorado. And I want to do, what's that one? There's one that I want to do. I can't remember what it is, one of the trails, but we didn't do it last year. I want to do it this year. And then it does part of Cades Cove and then comes around. Anyway, I want to do that one, and then maybe off-road at Bays. I know that you have the new Bronco off-rodeo, but they want to charge you whatever the half day is, which is ridiculous. And I can go half day at Bays for like $40, or I can spend $700 to go to off-rodeo at Tennessee.
Right.
What am I going to choose? I don't need the instruction. I've been to how many off-rodeos now? I can. Well, we did it when we were in New Hampshire. We pretty much said what they were going to say before they said it. We're like,
we're like, we could do this.
Yeah, now's the time we put that mode in. And then shortly after that, well, right here is we're going to do this. And they explain it. And we just kind of laughed. And there's so much of, we did a video on that.
Or
and
there
there's
were
so much we cut out.
They were doing something and I would radio over and go, okay, so is this, and this? And they'd be like, yeah.
Yes. And then be a tail gunners and going, you guys have done this before. Yep, we sure have. But yeah, I mean, that's why I think if Bays will be open, or Windrock, if we can go. Usually, I guess Windrock, there's always events going on over there, so that's why they told people kind of stay away unless you're advanced. Because there was a group that went over there, and some people that they were gone all day. They didn't get back until dark, and their vehicles that were broken. That came back because a certain person they went with, that their goal is to break your Bronco so they can tell you what to put, that their part can go on it. So I won't. Anyway, good parts. I would put them on my Bronco. I know that we won't talk about who it is, but Henry has and I would tell you, I almost purchased one, their tie rods and such, but I don't know. Anyway, but I'm very particular on who I go with, and so that way we can. Want to come back with the Broncos. We got to drive Fortunators back. So I'm going to keep it in one piece. Anyway, but I don't know. So we'll see about Windrock, but it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll do that. And I do want to hit an Overland Expo. There's one in Arizona in May. Probably won't go to that one. But there's also one in Colorado, Loveland, in August. Okay. But also there's Woodward Dream Cruise in August that I've wanted to go, and this year might be a good year to go because it'll be the anniversary of Bronco. Yeah. Right around that time. So probably need to make sure I hit Woodward this year. Do a Colorado vacation again, probably. What else? You already have vacation put on the calendar.
I have June. 1 day off planned.
Well, plus the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, plus the weekend.
Friday and through the Saturday.
Yeah, it's Lebo's birthday. We're headed to KC for...
Oh, okay. Just a short little vacation. Little weekend trip.
If you've ever heard of the New Theater Restaurant,
Oh, yeah.
We keep going back.
Ford Nationals in Carlisle is June 6th to the 8th, so it's much later than it was a couple years ago we went. I'd love to go back to that. I don't know. I mean, maybe we can make it to that for June, or maybe if I went to it, I probably would fly in and then rent a vehicle or something.
Carlisle.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the closest airport to Carlisle? Is it?
Oh, it's that Pennsylvania.
Fly up to Maine and we'll drive down with Ridgeview.
There we go. Ridgeview, do you want to go this year?
Let's see what else. Super Cell, Colorado. I will go back to that. I don't know. It's really difficult for your mom to go. We found that out this year, so I will go to that. Maybe I don't know, you or Jeff come with me. I don't know, but that was a blast. But we'll have a lot of fun because we'll probably go in July too. So let's see what else. Digital dealer. I did figure out they only do that once a year now.
Oh.
They have this other one called some other experience, and it's like a dealer experience or something, and it's in the spring in Orlando, but it's not like the conference. So I'll probably start trying to hit that once a year. I don't know if they'll invite me back to speak at Dealer Knows, but that'll be in early May if they do. SEMA, I don't know. I don't know if we'll go back to SEMA this year or not. I wasn't going to go this last year, and we end up going. We'll see. There's VidCon, video conference. There's a Vid Summit. So I don't know.
Oh, I have my reunion this year.
Anyway.
I need to think about that.
There we go. So we'll see. Need to make it to Moab. We got to figure out where we're going to fit that in.
So Rob Hallmark says that they're doing a rendezvous in the Ozarks, October 16th through 18th in 2025.
Write that down. October when?
16th through the 18th. You like the Ozarks?
Yeah, that's when Digital Dealer is.
Oh, I'll go. Can I take your Bronco?
Something an Ozark
rendezvous in the Ozarks. Can I take your Bronco?
Your mom would have to go. She'll drive. Oh, Henry says he'll be at Woodward. We'll go out on the dunes. Go driving anyway. That's actually a long drive. It's like it takes us longer to get to Detroit and up in that area than it just as much as it does to Tennessee from here. It's about the same distance. It's like 12-hour drive. I'm not a person that likes to drive more than about 8 hours in a day.
Yeah.
We end up dividing Tennessee into 2 days. So like we'll come back like last time when we started heading back at was it 4 or something? We started heading back at night and got partway Paducah, where we stopped Paducah, and we camped out there and then came the rest of the way the next day.
Okay.
So we'll divide that into 2 days. So I mean, if we go on a Tuesday night this year, we would leave and we try to drive, get out of the side of Kansas City. We'd,
Yeah.
I really want to. One of these times, I want to go down through Arkansas and over.
Henry says he can drive you around Carlisle.
Yeah.
Mom says, haha, no.
What? Oh,
Bronco.
to the Bronco.
So can I take your mach-e?
They kept telling. So they were saying something about, hey, you need it because we need to hit a certain objective on Broncos. So they're like, oh, you need to get a new Bronco. No, not wrong with what I got.
Are you going to pay for all the add-ons?
I said I'm not going to trade in my Bronco at this point. It is I've done so much to that I feel invested in it.
Yeah. Unless they're willing to pay for all the new add-ons that you're going to be adding to it.
But what they have out there, I mean, okay, I will say this: the black diamonds they have out there are pretty good builds because they're rear locker. A lot of the things I did to my Bronco, it's already done to that.
Yeah.
So it's got the rear locker, auxiliary switches, the rock rails. It's got the wheels. I'd probably switch out. Already has now. The tires aren't what I'd put on it, but I'd want to put the lift on it, right? But they don't have the modular front bumper. So there's a lot of things that I would have to do to that. But a lot of things like the grill and some of those things are already done. But to be honest, if we were to get, well, first of all, we're paying off the Bronco we have, and we're going to keep it. But I wouldn't mind getting a second Bronco for the family to go, so more people could go off roading, and we'd have 2 vehicles because you should go with 2 vehicles, right?
Yes.
But I would probably go a Badlands, or if
Yeah.
not a Badlands, like a Big Bend Sasquatch.
hmm
But you can't do Sasquatch without going Black Diamond package. And okay, there's a lot of things they messed up with on the Big Bend, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
you can go Base Squatch,
Yeah.
right? That's the cheapest way of going because then they start off at right under 40, and then 8,000, so you're 48, and that's about as much as my Bronco was. I mean,
Right.
after I added all this, I mean, it was 42 sticker, but I mean, that probably be the way to go if I always get a second one. But anyway,
Let's see.
I think we
Chris says that there's a group of Bronco Nation members going to Moab in early April. YouTube car spotters guide. My goal for 2025: go visit an event and meet my favorite YouTubers.
So they said early April.
Yes.
Was a Bronco event.
Bronco Nation
in Moab.
Yep.
Is that the off-road? Because I'm
No, I think that's like a group of Bronco Nation people got together and chatted, and they plan to do a get together.
Okay. Yeah, because nothing against off-rodeo. It is you have to go. I mean, in my opinion, if you get a Bronco, you gotta go. It really helps you learn your Bronco and everything. And the more of these events, we got a chance to. I mean, we basically went off-roading with Brian and Melissa, which are Bronco off-rodeo trail guides, so many different times that now we know. We've learned from them. We've helped. She even was coaching Barb some, and that we can just do it ourselves. But I wouldn't pay because a half day is $700.
Yeah. No.
$700. And another thing, like the reason why, and I keep having to remind people this, that we pay for your way to get to Bronco off rodeo is there's other expenses that I don't know if Ford's not paying attention to or thinking about, but you got to get yourself to the event. You've got to pay for lodging and food while you're there. Great, you give me off rodeo for free. Well, only one of us, because I mean, I'm sorry, but I'd love to know how many people that buy a Bronco are going to off rodeo by themselves. And they even said it. And this is how they're paying for it. They're giving one person free, the other person you got to pay for. So you're talking about $500 for that second person for a full day. That's where they're making their money, is on that second person. And they say that, well, most people that come to this, they bring a second person. Well, that's because, I mean, usually it's a husband and a wife, or it's, or 2 spouses, or it's 2 friends.
Or
right?
a dad and his son.
Yes, like Derek and Keaton, right? And so you got to pay for that extra person. So you have that cost to figure in. You got the hotel, the flight, everything else. Chris is going to the half day, and he's getting in that for free. But he's got to pay for his flight there. He's got to pay for his hotel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I do like the fact that we're paying for people to go there. So that way, maybe the only cost that you have is that second person.
Yeah.
And we're trying to work with Bronco Nation. I have some connections that I've been given through some of our sources to be able to connect up with them because they love what we're doing there. And so
yeah.
Anyway.
Dad Beck said when you're at the coffee meetups, you can take your trailer and serve coffee out of it. When we have cars and coffee for the Maverick meetup, bring your camper, set it up. We can just have the coffee stand right there.
Our coffee maker is a Keurig, right? One cup at a time.
Well, yeah, but
it's gonna take a while to get everybody through.
The dealership provides the coffee. Just put those in your kitchen area.
Oh, in the little galley.
Yeah, then people don't have to walk inside.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's the point of having
I could just
inside.
put a table out there instead of my camper.
So someone said that you should do Built Wild Wednesday.
Built Wild. See, I'm getting some great ideas. See, this is why I like a community here.
Yes. I should have brought my idea for the podcast to you guys for the name, but I got to talk to some people here at the dealership, and we got to a good one.
Built Wild Wednesday. See, Super Duty Saturday.
So John Grant said that the town that he lives in Florida has the most cyber trucks in the USA. Now, question, how many wrap shops do you have?
Yeah. We have 2 Cybertrucks in Salina. One is wrapped black, and one is the ugly silver.
You know why I asked that, right? Because of SEMA.
Yeah.
It seemed
yeah.
like every wrap
Oh, yeah.
booth had a Cybertruck in it. One even had like 12 or something. So how many wrap companies are there? All right. And then
Yeah, any other events you guys think about? There is United by Bronco going to Hurricane,
Sundays with
Utah.
Sarah.
On the 27th to the February 27th to the 1st is United by Bronco at Hurricane, Utah. What I like about the Bronco Supercells is the community that you have, but you can still kind of go off your own way and go do your own thing, and then come back, at the end of the day or
Yeah.
whatever, and then find a group of people to go eat with and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what was really fun. Because that's pretty much what Colorado is. It's the trails and everything, but there's a lot of things. Now, what's Tennessee is more about the show field more than anything. I mean, there are some drives and everything, but
Yeah.
it's not as much about off-roading.
Mhm.
The Bays Mountain, and so I think what Bronco, I want to say Bronco Nation, but Bronco Off Rodeo is really going to do is I'd love to see them do a major discount for people who want to do that, but I think what they're going to do is make a big deal about some half days during that time. So they'll probably make like several days, half days during Supercell, so they can get as many people through and as much money as they can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Moondoggy said, if you can't wrap a Cybertruck, you can't wrap. I mean, it is all straight angles and whatnot. So
right? It's a triangle. It's all straight lines.
If you can't wrap it, can you wrap it all?
Some people are like, hey, do you like the Cybertruck? I said, no, it just looks like a geometry. It's like some kid in geometry class made it.
Well, you know how I say it. It looks like they gave a bunch of shapes to some kindergartners and said, build me a truck.
Yeah.
And that's what they got.
Probably. I don't know. What else?
We have our weekly announcement from Ninjas Are Real. Price penalty increase for not ordering your Mustang and manual. Reported to Santa and the Almighty as a cardinal sinner for not driving clutch. Additional 1,000 penalty attempting to purchase automatic.
Likes his manuals.
Our weekly dose of Ninjas Are For Real. Buck Wild Wednesday.
Might have to do the Built Wild.
Yeah. Because, yeah. All right. We're still at 43 people, and we are at 10:20.
Yep.
We've been here for 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yep. I just will go from here to pick up your sister. That's how it's done. All right. Well, we probably should end it on that, but this is of course, you're getting a double dose this week since you're not going to have one next week. All right. So if you're watching the recording of this, you can stop about halfway through, about an hour and a half in, where we start talking about the stuff. So you can watch the first hour and a half one week, and then the other 2 hours next week when we don't do a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should cut this part of it out into its own video.
Yes.
Have it go live on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. But yeah, I hope you guys have a happy holiday and having a great end of year. Great. And look for 2025. Believe it or not, it's just around the corner. And I think we're almost done with our Christmas shopping. We got stuff. Hopefully we'll be here in time that we ordered.
All of my stuff will be here in time.
Ford got a lot of our money recently. But I'll be touting some new clothes come the next live stream, you see.
In the new year.
Yep. Got some new work attire. It's work expense. Anyway. All right.
What was it? There was something I was going to say earlier about how someone does something and then they use that as a write-off for their business. I don't know.
Trucks. We love December. We've had these couple different F600s for a long time.
Yeah.
So we ordered them in for a company that usually gets them. and takes them, but
Mhm.
there was a configuration that changed or something, and so they didn't take these particular two F600s, and we've had them for over 200 days now. And we're like,
Yes.
it's all right, they'll sell. And then December hits, and all of a sudden we're getting leads on them. So it's like, wait,
Yeah.
on truck month. This is what I don't know what Ford's thinking. December is truck month. Let's
It
just be
truly
honest.
is.
We had some of you that are members will know this. We've done lot walks, and we had those Godzilla F-250s.
Yeah.
Remember, and that we had 4 of them.
The ones I don't like to get into.
And they weren't selling at all. They're all sold now.
Yeah.
All 4 of them. They all sold within like 2 weeks in
I know.
December. It's like, okay.
Yeah. The last week between Christmas and New Year's is where it's the craziest.
We got 2 high boys in here because they had gifts in them. So we loaded up 2 trucks for toys for.
Yeah. The dealership
Toys for
raised $2,500, just the dealership, and it filled a truck bed with toys.
Yeah.
And then we already had a truck bed full of toys, so we can guesstimate that we had about $5,000 worth of donations for the Toys for Tots.
That's pretty cool. Toys for the Heart.
Toys for the Heart. There's also Toys for Tots.
There's Toys
the
for
Toys for the Heart. Yep.
So anyway, there's that.
All right. We need to head out.
Yep. All right. I think that's it. Hope you guys have a great holiday, and we'll see you guys in 2025. I'll have videos going live, this week, next week. So I'm actually planning on doing a Bronco video shortly because we have a certain objective we have to hit this month. But we have the inventory to do that. And we have, if you're in the market for a Bronco, McArthur's got you covered because they are discounted. Now, I will say this, the prices that we do have online do include the $2,000 Jeep Conquest. So if you don't have that, it will be $2,000 higher. But otherwise, pretty good deals on those. And they're all what you cannot order in 25 model year. So they're black diamond with the 2.7 liter engine. You cannot get that in 25 model year. So if you're looking for those, and we even have a 2-door 2.7 black diamond out there as well, which again, you can't order in 25 model year. So we have some rare stuff. 2-door Heritage Edition out there.
Yeah.
We have some stuff that you can't order anymore. And this is your last opportunity
people would be looking for.
Yeah. So anyway, we have some cool stuff, and a lot of them, like I said, are like $6,200 off. I can tell you that we're losing money. We're writing these down to move them to make sure we hit our objective this year. So get the word out. If somebody's looking for a Bronco, we deliver all over the country. We just need it booked by the end of the year.
Just can't go over the border.
Yes, we can't ship in. We can't ship into Colorado, but
I was talking Canada, Mexico.
Yeah, but I when you mentioned that, I'm like, oh, well, that does remind me.
Yeah, we cannot ship into Colorado, but we can meet you
at the border.
At the border. Just so you know.
I don't know how they'd know that we didn't drive it in, and then I don't know. Anyway, it's not like they have border control there, but well.
They make it seem like it.
Yep. All right. Well, we better go. Before we get in trouble, it's they always say it's not good to be out after 10 o'clock, so we got to get going, get you home. Thanks everybody for joining us, and hopefully you guys had fun tonight, and hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and smash the like button. I'd really appreciate it, and all that good stuff that you guys already probably subscribed to. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next year. Until then, stay positive, be kind to one another,
and be kind to yourself.
We'll see you later.